Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Daddy Alex, and this is Parodies Live. It's Saturday night. Saturday night. I mean, this whole week just flew by. It just flew by. Before you know it, it's going to be summer. NFL starting again. It's like going to be boom, boom, boom. You know what, guys? I've got to admit. I'll be the first. I'll be the first to admit, and I speak on behalf of a lot of guys out there when I say this. Ever since this Millie Alcock incident, you know, I am sick. I am tired. I am tired of being taken as merely a sex object. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Absolutely tired of it. Yes. Yeah, I'm not, you know what? I'm sick and tired. I've had it up to here with women thinking they can own men's bodies, you know? I've thought about it, and, you know, I think it's enough. It's enough. No more shall women own men's bodies. I think, you know what?
Flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
Shall we help him? And eventually, grape.
No, men have not been objectified by Hollywood. Men have not been used as sex objects. Men's bodies have been owned. Have been owned. Well, you said you haven't had enough?
And flick. Oh, flick too hard,
Listen,
damn it!
Listen.
Shall we help him? And eventually, grape.
Yep, there you go, right? Just imagine if they did that, if Supergirl was sitting there all tied up, chained, and someone flicked too hard and Millie Alcock went all full naked. Little bit of blur. How'd that feel? Huh? Pamela, hey, I owe you. I owe you, Thor. Yeah. Who, me? I'm. You know what? I'm tired. You know what, Pamela? I'm tired of just coming on Parodies Live 3 times a week and being treated nothing. I'm being treated like a sex object the whole time. I have a mind. I watched Woman King and you liked it. Okay, my work is not done here yet. Pamela, my work is not done here yet. You flipped too hard. Oh, Ben Feister. Sup, Austin peeps. Sup, Pam. Oh, you know what, Ben Feister? You know what I realized? When you asked the question, Captain America or Daredevil, right? I think you were posing the question on Thursday. Who would win between Captain America and Daredevil, one-on-one, right? And that's kind of a hard question, right? Because I think if you look at, and I've been thinking about this, and it's a really damn good question. Who would win between Captain America, I don't know who you think, and Daredevil? Now, what we see with Daredevil's got some superpower more strength. I think I think a lot of these street level superheroes are being upped, and they should be upped a little bit. This idea that they have Olympian type strength. Come on, Olympians train year round. You can't be a lawyer to have Olympian strength. Like, and the fandom does say that he's got, about 1,000 pounds. And that's, I think, Deadpool too. Deadpool's got a ton or something like that, right? Wolverine's got about a ton or something like that. I mean, that's still a lot of freaking weight. But Captain America, Captain America and Daredevil. You know, I am my bias is Captain America. He's got the vibranium shield. I think Daredevil gets him obviously in the senses. He's also got those spidey senses, right? So I don't know who you would think, but I'm leaning towards Captain America v Daredevil. I'm leaning towards Cap. Captain America. Cap. He seems a little bit more indestructible. Oh, stomp. I mean, okay, that's unequivocal. I love Daredevil, but Captain America would stomp Daredevil. Why? Daredevil's only ability is his sonar sight while he's blind. Sure, Daredevil is strong physical peak, but Cap is enhanced via serum. Yes, and I think that's what they're trying to do. So if you look at Daredevil, he's got about 1,000 pounds now, 1,000 pounds of lifting power. So I think they're trying to up. Like, the one thing that I have a really hard time with, I don't know if you guys saw the Spider-Man trailer. Pretty good trailer. Like, the movie's going to be good. Tom Arnold. Tom Arnold does a really good job as Spider-Man. Tom Holland does a really good job as Spider-Man. He's an incredibly likable actor, the way he comes across. And I think that's a big thing to do with it. But in the trailer, he goes through the windshield, hits Punisher through the windshield, and of course, Punisher's just a human being. He'd be so dead, right? He'd be so dead, and that's why, like, a guy like Punisher, give him an accident, give him a lightning bolt, give him something. It's really hard, and of course, these characters were created at a different time. There's got to be super in these guys, especially, and I will go back to, I know a lot of people, I hear a lot of people say really less than nice things about the season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. Is it perfect? No, it's lumpy. That's the best way for me to describe it. It's lumpy. But when it comes to Marvel TV shows, it's pretty good, right? It's pretty good when it comes to Marvel TV shows, especially when the Punisher does show up, John Bernthal. But yeah, he's truly enhanced, right? His cap is, and he's got the vibranium shield, right? That stops Thor's hammer, for crying out loud. It'd probably even stop a punch from me. I don't even know. Pamela says, don't be jealous, guys, but I think I'm dating y'all 3 days a week. Oh, freaking A! I can say that I'm currently in a part-time relationship.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Should we help him? And eventually, grape.
So sexist. Could you, like I say, could you imagine if had Wonder Woman there chained up, and then poof, she's naked? I'm tired. As a male, as a guy, listen to me. Look into my eyes. Everybody, look, guys, I'm not a sex object. I'm not owned. Women, you don't own my body. I'm tired of being treated like an absolute sex object. A morsel of beef. There's more to me than just one hell of a sex machine. What the fuck? People signing into the show. What did I just step into? Like, what is this? Millie Alcock, do you see how stupid you sound? Hey, Mike! Got your email, my friend. I was getting ready for the show and I got your email. Thank you very much. Thank you for, well, because I emailed you, so I was like, hey, my friend. Do you know, actually, I actually yesterday, I actually watched the entire Nerdrotic, Gary's, what's his name? Friday Night Tights. I watched the whole thing. I think it's the first time I watched literally the whole thing. It's a good show. It's a good show. The guys put on a good show. I like it, It's good stuff. It can be fun, right? You don't have to agree with, the whole idea is you don't agree with everyone all the time. Everyone's going to disagree. You just have a little bit of fun, disagreeing, and you want to have a little bit of fun poking Hollywood. I've spent 20 years in Hollywood as a screenwriter. Been there, done that. I know I'm making enemies when every night I go on Pop Rages here and I open my big mouth. And look, men's bodies are not to be owned by women, okay? I'm going to say it again. This will be a theme. This is a theme. This is a theme for the entire show tonight, guys.
Flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
Shall we help them? And eventually, great.
Yes, it's a theme. It's a theme. Men's bodies will be no longer I have a list. We're going to go through a list. A list of all the guys, all the male superheroes. I have a list of, it's about 10 or 12. All the males that were cast as, starting off as Michael Keaton, right? Do you remember when Michael Keaton, Mike, you right remember Michael Keaton when he was cast? When he was cast as Batman back in the 80s? Beetlejuice is Batman? Yeah. And you know what? They're going to objectify his body as Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Beetlejuice. I'm Batman. Who is Dennis? I think he's already had a couple of crowns and he's met Danny, I think. I've been called Dennis before. Oh, I had Dave and Dennis. Those are the two. Those are the, I don't know, man. Hey, I do it all the time. All the time. Daredevil is a tier beneath Cap A. I would agree. Yeah. But the same tier of Winter Soldier. Really? I think Winter Soldier might be equal to Cap, maybe even slightly higher. Because Winter Soldier's got the same stuff, right? And he's got that arm. Bucky is freaking tough, man. I don't know. Cap and Bucky to me are at least at the same level. At least they're on par. And they're always underevaluated. They're less of a threat than people think they can be. As Iron Man found out in Civil War, right? For me, a damn good fight is Daredevil versus Red Hood. Well, I don't know much about Red Hood. Ooh, Thor. Yes, there's going to be some naked male bodies this evening. Because we are we are tired. Pamela, as men, we are tired. We are tired of being objectified, being treated as nothing but mere sexual objects. We are tired of women owning our bodies. Oh, hey, guys. Happy Saturday evening. I hope it's Pop Rageous Live. It's Saturday night. My name is Danny Alex, your host. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. Oh, yeah. So you see at the top, okay, Starfleet 40K, my friends. Starfleet 40K. What filthy? Get your filthy paws off my silky All right. There we go. Senor Mike. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a hope everyone's having a good Saturday night. Whatever you're doing, we're going to talk about Starfleet Academy. Right there, 40K. It's not Warhammer 40K, my friends. We are talking. Starfleet Academy 40K. I am so much more. I am so much more than an amazing piece of flesh. For all you women, I don't want my body to be owned by women anymore. Millie, are you listening? I hope someone says, go listen to that Daddy Alex guy. He kind of really made you look stupid. And I like Millie Alcock. I do. I think she's adorable, but stop being a freaking parrot. There's nothing worse than being a parrot in Hollywood. Just in one ear, out the mouth, and then right out the other side. Oh my God, don't be a Rachel Zegler. You know what? I'll tell you what, I gotta be in this shirt for about 8 hours. Actually, I've been in this shirt for about 14, 15 hours today. And I want to get paid for every hour I've got to sit here and live in this shirt, okay? I want to be paid for every hour. That includes the replays on this show. I want to be paid for every hour. We are talking about men's bodies. We're going to go through some of the superheroes. Actors that were cast as superheroes, just so Millie Alcock doesn't feel out of little boohoo. Oh my God, do you remember some of the horror stories? I mean, when Ben Affleck, when he was cast as Batman, there's a few of them. We're gonna go through it, so hopefully Millie Alcock and everyone else that thinks that men are going to men take it so freaking hard, and you know what they do so well? Not all of them. But they pipe up. It's like, let the debate happen. Let the conversation happen without, not W-I-N-E, but the W-H-I-N-E. Without the whining, Millie. But we're going to go through that. We're going to go through some of the superhero actors. We're like, oh, no way. Are you kidding me? Spaceballs 2027, guys, the Spaceballs sequels. We're going to touch on that. And there's also a few other things that are in the grab bag. They're in the grab bag we're going to talk about. And whatever else you guys throw up on chat, we're going to talk about. I mean, I'll talk about almost anything. Hey, and we're also live on Facebook now, too. Facebook. Guys, can I just my science channel, Dimension Zero. It's on. So on my side, I'm a big science guy, right? Have been since I was 4 years old. I love math, science, astrophysics, biology, chemistry. It's my bag, man. It's my bag. And so I have a science channel called Dimension Zero. And it's doing, moderately okay on YouTube. It's doing quite well on TikTok. But on Facebook, today I'll get 3,000 followers and 2 million views, up to almost 2. I might break 2 million views on my Facebook science channel. So I'm starting. That's why now Pop Rages is live on Facebook. I'm telling you, man, Facebook is the frickin' BOMB. I love me Facebook. I do. Why am I blurry? That'll fix. Yeah, there we go. That's all it does. But anyway, so we are live on Facebook. So we're good. I'm growing the Facebook channel on Poprageous Dimension Zero. So if you're joining us on Facebook, welcome. This is Poprageous. My name is Danny Alex. We talk pop culture, movies, anything else. Where are we here? What's before we get to Starfleet Academy 40K. I don't know if any of you guys play 40K, Warhammer 40K. I know Henry Cavill. He loves it. Like I I don't. Although, like a huge World of Warcraft, I'm a huge Dungeons and Dragons guy, huge fantasy guy. Where do we? Wait, okay, Dennis, I was in the bathroom and laughed so loud about y'all being sexually molested. Look, I'm tired. I'm tired of being treated like a... Women have to understand that men, our bodies, we are tired of our bodies being owned by women. Millie Alcock, that includes you, okay? Stop owning men's bodies.
And flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
Should we help him? And eventually, grape.
That's what I'm talking about. That's our second segment. Chris Hemsworth, right? Yeah, what a trooper, right? You think Millie Alcock would sit there chained to a floor? You flick too hard, damn it! I think I told the story. What's his name? The workout guy, the workout guru. Richard Simmons. I told you. I've got a shirt that says "Stop Heterosexual Phobia." Yes, I've said that. I heterophobia. Like literally, Hollywood is heterophobic. What are you freaking scared of? Well, we don't want to see a boy and a girl kissing. We don't want to see that. We would like we want the yeah. Richard Simmons used to come in. He used to come in all the time to one of my stores in Melrose, and he would always come in, and so he always called me Thor, and I had longer blonde hair back then. My hair was blonder for about 10, 12 years in Hollywood. And he'd always come in and goes, "Where's Thor? Where's Thor?" He'd call me Thor. So Richard Simmons would come in all the time. Such a nice guy. And he and I would be, he's very, very, very loud, but an incredibly well-spirited guy. And he actually already started disappearing out of the limelight when he was coming to say hi to me. But anyway, that's my Richard Simmons story. He always used to call me Thor. I think maybe I get a lot more Chuck Norris nowadays. I should do, if we have time, we're going to do 10 Chuck Norris memes. I do have 10 Chuck Norris memes set up. I actually have 4 weeks of it done. So, with old Chuck Norris. I'm going to enjoy talking about Spaceballs 2 when it comes up. All right, we'll look forward to that. I don't do fake book. You know what? I'll tell you what I do. 3,000 followers, 2 million views in one day. I do a lot of Facebook now. Facebook treats their creators extremely well. YouTube, not so much. Hey, I'm also on Facebook. Nice. Yes. So yeah, a pop radius. Yeah, I basically just started it. But in Dimension Zero on Facebook. I mean, it's damn it again. I might have to go. Thor, what do you got to go for? Keep us in the background, man. Yeah. So, who else? Who was it that was saying? I think it was Vivander was saying that he started watching Deadwood, or was that you, Ben Feister? I started watching Deadwood as well. I got to the trial. Now, I know it's a true story, so you kind of know what happens. The trial of Wild Bill, episode 5. And what's his name? Ian McShane. God, he is so good in Deadwood. Like it's you know what? I'm not big on the one actor that plays the other main character. When he walks, he's always got his arms straight down, and he walks like his arms are paralyzed. Like he's got like, dude, you gotta like do something with your arms. I gotta look weird. But Ian McShane, oh my God, fabulous. It's actually, I mean, I am enjoying Deadwood. I'm enjoying Deadwood. I am. I mean, I'm definitely enjoying it. So, and The Expanse, you know what? I gotta finish The Expanse. Such a good show. I watched like half of almost one episode. I gotta finish. I got a lot of The Expanse. There's so many of some of these old shows that I want to have it under my belt. Actually, I did a video on The Expanse on their propulsion system, which is basically it's called, the propulsion system in The Expanse. It's called the Epstein drive. It's true. It's called the Epstein drive. Epstein. But it's such a good show. It was from the books, right? Okay, long before anything happened, it was already called the Epstein drive. But it's basically an ionized plasma, a fusion, uses deuterium and helium-3, fuses it, and then basically shoots out a huge amount. And they take into G's. Anything over 10 G's is going to give you a stroke or maybe even kill you, right? Which is true. But they have a cocktail called the juice. You take the juice and you can take a little bit more. So anyway, and some of the politics of The Expanse, the special effects, the characters are good. The storytelling is rational. It makes sense. And it's very interesting. It's interplanetary. Interplanetary, not intergalactic. Interplanetary. So, and guys, Artemis 2, you know what's shocking to me? Artemis 2, we've got four space people right now heading to the moon. The first time we've left Earth's orbit since 1972. And there's almost zero news on it. There's literally 4 astronauts on their way to the moon. I mean, really, no. Is anyone really talking about it? Is it a big deal? It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. I think it's kind of sad. It shows you that we can literally fly back to the moon and no one gives a damn. Nobody. I do. Saturday night, my friends. Yes, sí, señores and señoritas. So, shall we get this party started? I'm ready. So we let me set up my don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't. I don't like it when Windows starts pissing me off this early in the broadcast. Starfleet 40K, my friend. I made something. I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail. Where is it? Should I show the thumbnail? Let me show the thumbnail. Oh, wait. Oh, I got to move. There we go. Okay. There we go. There's the thumbnail. So... basically, with the thumbnail, we got, Commander Ake in a supplanted in the 40K. Then I thought, well, what else goes with 40K, right? Because you'll understand, if you haven't understand what's going on with 40K, you're gonna understand what's going on with Starfleet Academy and 40K in about 2 minutes. Why is Danny analogizing Starfleet Academy with Warhammer 40K? Well, there's a reason why. It's not just because I like to put numbers to randomly with words. No. I take great joy in giving my truth about Starfleet Academy. It's my truth. And it happens to be the majority of people's truth around the world. Any Star Trek fan will tell you it is veritable garbage. That's being nice. Danny, be nice. I am being nice. But anyway, that's that. Oh yeah, Henry Cavill, because he likes playing Warhammer 40K, and I thought, well, you know what? And then he also fit because of the men's bodies thing we're going to touch on, because he is obviously he is Superman, a great Superman, one of the best, arguably. I would say, he's probably my best Superman. Yes, more so than Christopher Reeves, just because. And I was alive during Christopher Reeves. I saw the movie when it came out. I did. I still think Henry Cavill has got Superman chops beyond. Now, when the first Superman came out, because it was the first Superman, real big budget Superman movie, it was amazing. But only the first one. Everything after that sucked. Not sucked. It wasn't good. Wasn't great. Wasn't great. There we go. It was average. It was average. But let me take that off. And let me share with you, my friends. Removed from studio. I want to share screen. Starfleet Academy. And this is why. There we go. There we go, my friends. Now, read the headline. This is absolutely not. It's not. Okay, I was going to say it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. The only people that were talking about it, I think they had the whole crew. They had basically everyone that was in the production, all the actors, everybody. They was like, go online, go on X, and make it so that 50 people sound like 5,000, right? That's what they wanted to do. And they got their friends, family, everybody, I'm sure, whoever they could, to go and put an IMDb review up. But here we go, guys. Starfleet Academy viewership reportedly collapses. Let me put that. There we go. To under 40,000 per episode. He's no bueno, señores. No bueno. Came at 40,000 per episode. That's it. Of course, it's a cheer. Of course, you got to cheer that. There you go. What's his name? Darham, he's throwing up. He was a character that threw up sparkles. He was a fish guy. And so I don't know why he's in human form more than he's in fish form. Talk about being racist. I hate my fish race, but he's one of those races that if he wanted to, he could just turn into a human. Amazing power. It's an amazing power. It just is. But he has so much potassium in him, or something to do with potassium, if I remember. If he ate a banana or something like that, he would throw up, he would get sick, yada, yada, yada. And there you see, it's kind of like, you see the one guy to the right, he's laughing. Big funny, right? Jeez. If this report is even remotely accurate, I would say there's more truth to it than there's not. Starfleet Academy may go down as one of the most shocking flops in modern streaming history. According to YouTuber Mike Stocklasa, the viewership numbers behind Starfleet Academy aren't just bad, they're downright cataclysmic. I heard from my source the entire first season of Star Trek Starfleet Academy, not individual episodes, the entire season total views were about 400,000, he said, not per episode, cumulatively the entire season or the entire series. About 400,000 views, which is an average of maybe 40,000 views per episode. Obviously, the opening episode gets more and it kind of goes down. I have always maintained that the second episode will not make it to air. It won't. If you've canceled it, regardless if it's filmed already, you want to spend millions more editing, colorizing, mastering, fixing, yada, yada, yada. No, you don't. It's already a dead end. I mean, you don't keep building a road an extra 500 feet to the dead end. If the dead end is here, you just put the dead end where it is. You don't need more road going to the dead end. Not 400,000 per episode, not even close. That's 400,000. For a franchise as massive as Star Trek, those numbers are downright catastrophic. If these Starfleet Academy viewership numbers are even remotely accurate, they paint a brutal picture of where the franchise currently stands. This isn't some unknown indie series buried on a niche platform. This is Star Trek, a brand that once dominated television, inspired generations, and built a global franchise over 5 decades now, right? 50 years. 50 years. And this is the 50-year anniversary. And of course, there's Star Trek, right? Allura, right? That's Allura. She was angry. She was angry the whole time. Oh my God, such terrible characters. It's amazing to me. I mean, it could be that this current crop of people that have usurped power in Hollywood, they're so stupid to what fans actually want, right? They're so stupid to science. They're so stupid to the concept of science fact and science fiction. You cannot have science fiction without science fact. Science fiction takes science fact and it extends, morphs it, creates massive, takes it and runs wild with it. But typically, science fact is the basis for a lot of for almost all science fiction. Understanding how big the universe is, how big our galaxy is, and things like that. But that's not hyperbole either. Even modest online creators regularly surpass 40,000 views on a single video within hours. Meanwhile, a full-scale studio production backed by a major streaming service is struggling to reach that number per episode. I mean, I'll get 2 million views on my Facebook. Now, it's not, the average watch time is not as much on those 2 million views, but still, that would constitute a total collapse of the entire Star Trek IP under the direction and guidance of Alex Kurtzman, whose contract is set to expire in 2026. Look no further than Section 31. I don't know. Look, Star Trek 2009, I hated what he did to Captain Kirk. I think J.J. Abrams was involved with that one, Alex Kurtzman. The whole Kelvin timeline, I guess, right? Everything. There are small pockets of okayness. Picard 3, which I've watched. I watched the final 2 episodes and like a couple of episodes in the middle. I got to go back and watch the whole. I really don't want to watch the first 2 seasons. I watched a little bit of it and they were bad. Like they were really bad. Discovery was like on a roller coaster ride downhill. It went bad so fast that it was hard to chart how quickly. And I do know people that like Star Trek Discovery. That's fine. You're not gonna. It's opinion, right? It's opinion. So if you like it, that's fine. I don't think it's gonna go down as a very good Star Trek show. And same with Strange New Worlds. Like there are pockets, little pockets that were like, okay, this is okay. That's okay. Overall, not good. Not good, in my opinion. The obvious question now becomes, how does something like this even happen? Agendas, because people have agendas. This is why it happens. It's a lot of fingers point directly at Alex Kurtzman. He's the guy with the agenda. He's the guy with the agenda. And the direction he's taken Star Trek over the past several years. Under his leadership, the franchise has shifted away from the broad aspirational storytelling that once defined it, and towards a far more divisive, identity-driven approach that has consistently split the fan base. Instead of uniting audiences around big ideas and compelling characters, modern Star Trek has often found itself mired in messaging, tone shifts, and storytelling choices that alienate longtime fans. It's not about the spectacle of science and science discovery. It's about Melrose Place 90210. It's about stupid. Now, you know what? Not even say stupid. It's about trivial little things dealing with pure character relationships, which are important. If you take something like Captain Kirk and Spock, which is probably the most iconic relationship in Star Trek. William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, right? That is iconic. The relationships in Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. I mean, it's so forgettable. You really have to like dig down to think, did I watch 10 episodes of that show? Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I did. There's Alex Kurtzman, an absolute terrible screenwriter. And, you know, Andy Weir is going through that where he just, you know, this whole idea of screenwriters and writers not throwing each other on the bus. Now, there is something to it. But at the end of the day, when something is utter crap, you got to call it out as just being utter crap. And the results are becoming harder and harder to ignore. This isn't a case of one show underperforming. It's the culmination of years of creative decisions that have fractured the audience and eroded trust in the brand. And if you take a look at what he's done, there's no direction. It's like a minestrone. It's just like you take whatever's in the fridge and you throw it in there. Oh, I got an idea. Oh, I have another idea. Oh, I have a different idea. Oh, I have different. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, it's like a hodgepodge of nothing. There's no continuity. There's no basis upon which the entire he basically has taken 1,000 years to try and create Star Trek canon because he messed it up so bad. It's like, okay, we kind of messed up, you know, these 3 or 4 centuries. We'll go like a millennia ahead, and hopefully we could, you know, we'll start some new canon a millennia from now. I mean, it's. That's the part that stands out the most. There's no sign of a pivot. Kurtzman has remained firmly committed to his vision. It's a crap vision. Kurtzman's vision is a crap vision. I mean, it really is. If you want to be real about it, it's sexist. It's sexist. Everyone in Starfleet Academy. Every decision maker, everyone who the big speeches, everyone who gives a big is feminine. I mean, the women have it. It's the same thing with the Daredevil episode 2 and 3, season 2. That's the way it's all going. Sadly so. It's almost like you ask yourself, does Disney own Star Trek? Does Disney own this thing? You would think, right? Wow. Kurtzman could probably get a job at Disney, right? Probably could. Kurtzman has already, and with his contract reportedly set to expire in 2026, many are now openly wondering if Paramount will finally make. They will. I mean, on it, they will. There's no way. Just from a pure. Why is she? Oh, they put her face on twice. Oh my God, they did. All right, fine. So. The numbers raise uncomfortable questions. If fewer than 40,000 people are watching each episode, it raises some serious questions, not just about the show itself, but about the broader ecosystem around it. Star Trek has been obliterated. Now, I can say I do a lot of Star Trek videos on my science channel. The most popular videos that I do are the Star Trek ones. Way more popular than Star Wars. Now, Battlestar Galactica is an easy number 2. Star Wars is probably 3. Even the Andromeda with whatchamacallit, the slipstream, another Gene Roddenberry concept. Videos with that do okay. I just did my first Expanse video, but Star Trek, any Star Trek video that talks about the science or the physics of Star Trek, or the canon. But I do science. I do more science. Maybe I'll do some Star Trek canon, you know, more show related on my Poprageous Facebook. But for example, how was this show being positioned as viable internally? What metrics were being used to justify its continuation? And perhaps most importantly, who exactly was watching? But the fans are there. They are there. Will they come back to a great Star Trek show? They will. They will. Because when engagement numbers are that low, it becomes increasingly difficult to reconcile the online discourse that often suggests these shows have strong support. Even the idea of fan-driven campaigns or petitions starts to look questionable when the total audience pool is so small. What has to save Star Trek, and it's not going to be the cinema. Star Trek has never been a cinema brand. It's got to be a TV show that basically takes the Kelvin canon and puts it off on a shelf. It's not canon. It's like, on Dallas, when what's his name wakes up after 3 or 4 years and everything in the last 3 series or seasons was a dream. It needs one great show with a great cast, great writers, great concept that brings it all alive. And proudly sticks the last 20 years of Star Trek under the couch. Under the couch with the old pizza. Right? It's with the old pizza. Reality check for streaming. The Starfleet Academy viewership situation also highlights a larger issue across the streaming landscape. Studios have spent years chasing subscriber growth, pumping out content at an unsustainable pace, and assuming that recognizable IP alone would guarantee success. I think that's a couple of years ago. That's a little bit of ancient history. I saw that in Hollywood about 3 years ago. That started to decline. 2022, 2023. When they were pumping out so much, that's when all of a sudden you had the breaks. And all of a sudden, so many production people were out of a job. There's Sam. That is our holographic or photonic hologram. A photonic hologram. If she is light needs a light source, right? Light needs an energy source. You just can't have. Well, also, photons cannot be contained. Even no magnetic field. You can't contain a hologram. Even the entire physics of trying to contain light within, it's absolutely asinine. It is backward ass physics. But audiences are becoming more selective. They're not just showing up because a logo says Star Trek anymore, but they will. A good show, they will. I see it. Like I say, I see it in my videos. I'll put a Star Trek video out. The thing will get 200,000 views in one day. Star Trek, any good half decent Star Trek video. They want something worth their time, and if they don't get it, they simply don't watch. At a certain point, fans stop clinging to the past. They lose hope. That is the thing they loved is ever coming back as if it was. They accept life without it. Just ask Marvel and Star Wars fans how that feels. It's Hollywood across the board. Where does Star Trek go from here? If these numbers hold up, it's hard to see how Kurtzman Trek continues. It won't. There's no way. There's no way. I'm 100% sure. I am 100% sure. Kurtzman is done. Done like sushi. But beyond Starfleet Academy and even Kurtzman, this kind of mass rejection forces a broader reckoning for the franchise. Because this just isn't about one show underperforming. It's about a pattern. It's about an entire franchise being wiped out. It doesn't have an identity. If the last thing people remember is Starfleet Academy about Star Trek, fuck. Oh. One that suggests the current direction isn't connecting with viewers the way it once did. Well, we know why. And at some point, studios have to decide, do they double down? Double down on Star. I don't know, some of these article writers are, or do they finally start asking why the audience walked away? I'm sure And for Star Trek, that answer comes down to whether Paramount decides to renew Alex Kurtzman's contract or to show him the door. I guarantee you 100%, 100% Alex Kurtzman is out the door. And it'll probably happen. It'll probably happen before the expiration of his contract. I will even go out on a limb and say that the powers that be are so fed up, and especially something with Paramount. Disney is so bad. Disney is so dumb. Disney is so franchise stupid. Disney is so, they just think everything's got to be a princess brand. They buy Marvel. Marvel and Star Wars, they're both male brands. They both have 85 to 91% male viewership, but they still turn it into a feminine, they feminize it, right? They princessize it. So anyway, there's our girl. There's our girl, Commander Ake. There it is. There she is. There we go. There we go. So that's, guys. So that is Star Trek. Where is it? Where's my 40K girl? I gotta remove that. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Yeah, we get rid of that. I mean, that's the. I did have one other for. Where's my 40K? Give me an image file. Where is it? Where is she? There it is. Oh man, there it is. That's the one. Starfleet Academy. That's Commander Ake. $40K. Henry Cavill. Calling Henry. You got to get this figurine. Henry, you've got to get this figurine on Starfleet Academy. 40K. You got to get it, my friend. Got to get it. Oh my god. We got some comment. Well, we're gonna dip into these comments. Bavander's in the house. Bavander, was it you that was watching Deadwood? Because I started watching Deadwood. I'm up to episode 5 in Deadwood. Take the juice. I am tired.
Flick. Oh.
Okay, that didn't work out anyway. I gotta remove that. Shit.
Too hard, damn it!
Shall we help him? And eventually, grape.
Sexist, right? Should we help him? He's chained. Just say, put a woman there. Put a woman. Natasha Romanoff is chained. She's chained to a floor. And someone goes, poof. Oh, you flick too hard. Now I'm like full of the male gaze everywhere. It's the male gaze everywhere. The male gaze. Look at the male gaze. I'm like, oh my God, it's the male gaze. Yeah. None of that. There's no women that were sitting there staring, objectifying Chris Hemsworth. Holy Joe, jeez. Ah, Starfleet is dead. Good, gone. And yeah, good. Damn right, my friend. You're damn right. Lavander, hey folks, what did I miss? A lot of fun shits and giggles. That's what's going on. Captain America is like, oh, I hate the term cautionary tale. I see the term cautionary tale. Let me finish it off here. Captain America is a cautionary tale explaining why all men should take steroids. I think male growth hormone is better than steroids. Male growth hormone is much better. I don't take it. No, I don't take it. I should, though. If Captain America kicked Daredevil's ass, it would be blatant ableism. That's true. And he would be like so canceled. So canceled. But it's a good question, right? Daredevil, he's more of a street level fighter guy. But like in Daredevil Born Again, he's tougher. He's got more powers. He's got bigger strength. The fights are a little bit more conclusive. That's one thing with the Netflix series that after starting to watch that is the fights seem to go on a little bit too much boxing, punching for my like. Still good fight scenes. Don't get me wrong. But I think, yeah, Cap, the whole Daredevil, Kingpin, all that. Like these are just even Punisher, Iron Fist. These people aren't really superheroes. I mean, they are, right? You know what I mean, right? They're not. Spider-Man could take every single one of them. Like, take them all, put them in the ring. $807. Kurtzman sucks. In Hollywood, the follow-up question would be, but does he swallow? Swallowed. Bush. Remember the Bush song? Swallowed. Man, I'll shut up. I'll stop singing. I'm sick and tired. Look, I didn't start a YouTube channel for my body to be owned by women. I didn't. I'm sick and tired of being sexually objectified. How does it? Hey Millie, how does that? Is that a good look? Millie, don't be a parrot, Millie. Be your own 25-year-old self. Come on. In the winter, I recommend 2 layers of goose feathers. That is, you should double down. I don't know. It's I really like Holly Hunter in The Piano. Well, what a waste of what should be a good actor. She probably got a pretty good paycheck from Starfleet, I would think. Yes, I love me some Deadwood. I am enjoying. The only thing I don't like is what's that guy's the one actor. He walks like his both arms are like paralyzed. IMDb Deadwood. I guess that's kind of like a it could be like a. Hey, can I tell a Vivander joke? Ben Feister, you ready for this one? Pam, Mike, I know Mike if you're listening. IMDb Deadwood. I mean that's like the great advertising TV show for like Cialis, isn't it? Deadwood, get it? Deadwood, Cialis. Vivander, put that into a joke. Mix that into a joke better than I just did. Deadwood. I actually did some looking into Deadwood, the town of Deadwood, and there's some amazing pictures online that go back. And can I punch that up? But where is it here? Share screen. Deadwood. This is a little aside. Oh, shoot. I got to remove that. Now add this. Okay, there we go. 8.6. That's for Ian McShane, right? Ian McShane is solid. Yeah, Timothy Oliphant. That's what, like, I'm telling you, does he walk around? I was like, I know this guy. What's his name? He walks around like both of his arms are like, I mean, like, dude, it's okay to kind of like, you can like Did the director say, okay, I want your hands by your side and make your arms look as if like they're both paralyzed, that you can't move them? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, Vivander? Like, it's just like, honestly, to me, Oliphant, he does fucking terrible acting. It's like terrible, terrible acting. Ian McShane, everyone else actually, Alma Garrett or Molly Parker. I gotta say, everyone does a pretty good job. I think Timothy Oliphant does an absolute, like, holy shit. Is this like your first acting job before you took lessons? It's okay to move your hands. It's okay to, you don't have to. I don't know what you think, Vivander. I think he's. What they used to call Deadwood back in the 1960s can now be remembered by helping by. Oh, there you go. You did a joke with that. Okay, yes. What is known as Deadwood is now remedied by. I'll admit, Crims Henworth made me flick too hard. Damn it! It is a coincidence that the band Bush went out of favor around the same time that the Brazilian wax rose to prominence. It is an interesting coincidence. I still like Bush. I still like there's a few songs I really like of Bush. Few songs I very much enjoy. So So that is Starfleet 40K. A TV show that will be remembered for the I think Robin Hood. Remember Robin Hood? 2-3 years ago, I think Robin Hood, which was just an abysmal. That TV show was so bad. I mean, Blood Origins got. There's so much. I remember it came out Christmas Day. Blood Origin came out on Christmas Day. There was so much hype about it. Everyone was so excited. And it came out, it's like, oh my God. It was so bad, right? It was so bad, Blood Origins. But this, Starfleet Academy, Section 31, of one of the proudest intellectual. The thing is, Star Trek is an intellectual franchise, right? It is more than just a show. It is a show that is conscious about itself and its place within society, right? Which makes it, quote unquote, what people would think progressive. Not in today's words, progressive. Progressive in the sense that the themes that are looked at are futuristic, wrapped around science, discovery, a space western, however you want to describe it. But when you start putting quote unquote modern progressive themes into it, that's when stuff goes really bad. All TV shows go really bad. There was no show that decided to go feminist, become a feminist, flag-waving TV show and stuck around longer than 1 or 2 years. All of these punks, this entire generation of punks, the Alex Kurtzman punks, dumbasses that know literally nothing about storytelling. The only thing you could assume is that they know nothing. As a screenwriter, and I've won a lot of awards, so I got a little bit of street cred, but as a screenwriter, when I look at the crap these people run, it's shocking to me. These people run the largest franchises in the world. And you got to think, you look at the new Harry Potter. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. Not a big Harry Potter fan. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Have political agenda will destroy TV shows. Why don't you guys make up your own frickin' TV shows? You don't have to take established shows that have garnered an audience over 50 years, 3 or 4 generations, and then you mofos want to come in and just absolutely obliterate it. You want to put in your stupid messaging. I don't care about your transgender messaging. Nobody cares about your transgender messaging. Nobody does. And if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. But I don't want to hear about it. I got my own problems. Do you want to hear about my problems? You know, will the transgender community hear about the stuff that I've got to deal with? I don't have things to deal with. Which will obviously be there. I don't give a, like, I don't, if you want to go out there and dress up as a woman and you're a guy and you want to do this and that, fine, that's up to you. I don't care. I don't need that lifestyle in my freaking TV shows, and don't shove it on me. As a storyteller, as a screenwriter, as someone who writes stories, you just write stories. But you don't need to just shove stuff in there for the purposes of political expediency. The access media and everything that we've learned over the last 10 years, when the agenda of political expediency to take political narratives and shove them ahead of story, there's only one thing that happens. Everything dies. The story dies. I think Ryan Gosling just said it the best, right? He said it's not the, how did he say it? It's not the audience's responsibility to like the movies that we're putting out or whatever it is. It's our responsibility to put out movies that the audience is going to like. Ryan Gosling. Okay, let me tell you what. William Shatner, Ryan Gosling, they're both Canadians, guys. They're both Canadians. Schmattering of applause. Schmattering. Happy Easter, by the way. All those people who do celebrate Easter, Roman Catholics, right? Christians, if you're happy Easter. Happy resurrection of Christ. Happy resurrection. Happy resurrection, yes. We are going to, what are we going to do next?
Flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
Shall we help him? And eventually, grape.
Men's bodies, my friends. Men's bodies. Can we get to number 2? I've actually, I'll tell you about it in a sec. I'll tell you in a little bit. So, the whole idea of men's bodies. So, we hear, it's the whole thing with, actually, do I have something? Oh, what is the Supergirl Millie raise of Backlash? Right, okay, you know what? I'm going to start this off. Oh, this is so irritating. And it's going to become more pronounced as we get into the male superheroes. Like, holy cow, it's just like, okay, you know what? Let's just stop women superheroes. You're such little whiny butterflies, little whiny snowflakes. You know what? If you can't take, do you know the shit that Robert Downey Jr. took? Do you guys remember in 2006-ish when he was cast as Tony Stark? Do you remember the hellfire that followed him? You gasped, blah, 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 blah. Robert Downey Jr.? And really what? He's a drunk. He's nothing but a blah, blah. You cast Charlie Chaplin as Iron Man? Yeah. I just want to hear one male superhero, just as a joke, in an interview say, we've got to stop objectifying male bodies. Women, you guys don't own our male bodies. You know what women, female actresses have got to frickin' start to figure out? You are on a big frickin' stage for the entire world to see. By that very default, You will be assessed. You will be scrutinized. You will be reviewed. Some people will think you're sexy. Some people will think you're ugly. Some people will think you're fat, even though you weigh 90 pounds. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because one person says it doesn't mean the freaking internet is saying it. And this garbage, I don't want to say it only comes from female actresses, but the majority of it comes, it's great being a victim, right? And it usually comes in the heels where you start to realize that this movie is gonna do crap. It's going to do crap. It's going to do garbage numbers in theaters. And if you've watched the last Supergirl trailer, oh my, are you serious? You wrote a Supergirl story. You're creating the whole DC universe. And you wrote a story. The whole story is about Crypto, the dog? The story is about Crypto, the dog? I do. There's guys. Cheers. Saturday night. Well, it's Saturday night. Even Jason Momoa. Do you know what? You know what Jason Momoa was really good in that trailer? Jason Momoa was basically he was Jason Momoa. He was nothing special. Jason Momoa sounded nothing like just Jason Momoa. You know what? He had 2 wisecracks. So basically, most of Lobo's lines, I'm guessing, are going to be just one-liner wisecracks. His character development is going to be basically Jason Momoa trying to be funny in makeup. That's what I literally think Lobo is going to be. Because Lobo was basically playing Jason Momoa. Lobo stars as Jason Momoa. That's what I saw. Serenity now. Serenity now. I do like that. I'll admit Chris Hemsworth made me flick too hard. Is it a coincidence that we did that, right? Star Trek TNG was great. The Next Generation, as it was always asking questions, it was inquisitive, right? Star Trek The Next Generation was inquisitive. Great captain. New Trek changed when they felt obligated to provide ham-fisted answers. Well, I think just people that didn't know science were writing it. They weren't science fiction people. That's what I think. They weren't science people. I return, says Ben Feister. TNG is always my Trek. The original is mine. I'm an original Star Trek guy, but I am open to almost anything. I am almost. There should be 2-way cameras, right? So you guys can see me. Well, there should be 2-way cameras. Everyone gets the. Everyone gets the. It's like a big circle jerk online. Everyone gets to be online. It's just a big, right around the screen. It's just everyone's just right around the screen. Ben Feister says, "Yep, I'll be celebrating Resurrection Sunday tomorrow. Yes, you are a Baptist Christian." So tomorrow's an important day for you? Yep, please be. Me too, Ben. Pamela as well. Big day. Big day if you're a Christian. Big day. Just as long as Jason Momoa keeps his shirt on, I don't want the white wine moms of America feeling that they can possess his body. This is why we're doing this segment. Men's bodies have got to be stopped being owned by women. Women, you don't own men's bodies. We're not sex objects. We're sick and tired of the female gaze, okay? We are sick and tired. We're sick and tired of the female gaze. Scarlett, where's Scarlett Johansson? Can we get Scarlett Johansson as a guest on here just for a minute? Scarlett. Small segue, you should look up Old Story of Moses with Ben Kingsley. It looks dope. It's almost to the point where almost anything with Ben Kingsley is good. Look, Ben Kingsley made Wonder Man look pretty good. Wonder Man was actually somewhat okay. Like, if you're looking for a casual, nothing, like just a little bit of fun interaction. Except for episode 4. I thought episode 4 was so bad. But for the most part, it wouldn't surprise me. Ben Feister. I'm a Reformed Baptist Christian. There you go. A John MacArthur adjacent Christian. There you go. Happy Easter, everybody. Is everyone? You guys making a ham? Like making a ham or lamb? Turkey? I know. The United States is different than Canada. In Canada, it's a lot of people do turkey in Canada. Ham, lamb, turkey. When I used to live in Kelowna, I used to have a place right on the beach. I used to wakeboard every single day. Like I was just, wakeboard, snowboard, and that's all I did. And I used to always throw orphan parties. So anyone that didn't have family, they would come over to my place. And like it'd be like, even people with family wouldn't go to their family thing and they'd show up at my place. And so it'd be like ham, and we potluck. So everyone brings way too much food, right? So you got 30 or 40 people. We're playing beach volleyball. The sun's going down in gorgeous Okanagan. Gorgeous freaking Okanagan. Kelowna. Kelowna's fucking gorgeous. And the food is magnificent. Magnificent. I spent 20 years in Los Angeles. Of course, I do have a U.S. social. So I'm of both countries. Food is a big thing for Easter in Canada. I was always with some families it is. I think with some of my Mexican family friends. But anyway, the last time I tried to have my body owned, it was returned to the manufacturer, labeled defective, free shipping, free returns. It's free return. That's good. It's free returns. For me, ham, Ben Feister, good. With me and my girl, excellent. We will be watching Passion of the Christ after church. It's a violent movie. We're doing a beef roast. I love a beef roast. I can't stand ham, and turkey is too much work. Beef roast, lamb. Lamb is fantastic. Lamb chops. Oh. So, let me. Can we?
Too hard, damn it! Flick too hard, damn it!
Penticton, yes, very close. Just very close to Kelowna, Vivander, yes. Eating apples, peaches, hanging out with Ogo Pogo. You know it, my friend, yeah. Kelowna was good. Like for 5 months of the year, it's overcast. So you have to go snowboarding. You go to Big White, and you go snowboarding just to get a little bit of sunshine. And it goes right into Spokane, right? Spokane, the whole Okanagan, Spokane is gorgeous. In Washington State, gorgeous. And then in through Canada, the Okanagan, cherries, wine, peaches, apricots, grapes, all that stuff, right? The Okanagan, and it goes from the United States into Canada. It's freaking gorgeous. If you guys want to have a great holiday sometime, if you're in the United States, you go to Spokane, and come up to Canada. Or if you're in Canada, you go to the Okanagan and head yourself down to Spokane, hang out, That's good stuff. Yes. Ben Feister, absolutely. Passion of the Christ is violent and graphic. And Gibson, that's what Mel Gibson wanted, right? But it's necessary. Why? It should be all of us taking that punishment instead of Jesus, but he took our place. Ben Feister, sometimes the shit that I've taken in life, sometimes I think I've taken his place. Because there's times I've been, oh my God, there's times, never mind. I don't.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Men,
Flick too hard, damn it!
us men, We are sick and tired. We are sick and tired of being objectified by the women. Millie Alcock, this is for you. You will no longer own our bodies as men. No longer will we just be submissive little sacks of meat for your pleasure. Do you think we go act on stage just to have the female gaze on us the whole frickin' time? No. You don't own us male bodies.
Oh, damn it!
Shall we help him? And eventually, grape.
All right. You know what I mean? This brings us to the victim, our little. Oh, I like Millie. That's the thing, guys. I like Millie Alcock. I do. I'm not going to throw her too hard under the bus. I'm not. Oh, I got to remove. Come on, remove that. Let's do it. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, may I? What the heck? Bethany Frankel, 55, makes her Sports Illustrated swimsuit. She's looking fabulous. Supergirl star Millie Alcock braces for backlash as women face scrutiny for simply existing in franchises. Right. Do you remember, Millie, do you remember when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker? Do you remember when Michael Keaton was cast as Batman? Do you remember Hugh Jackman as Wolverine when he was cast? Do you remember Robert Pattinson as Batman? Do you remember Chris Evans as Captain America? Do you remember Ben Affleck when he was cast as Batman? Daniel Craig when he was cast as James Bond. This is only just a few. That's only just a few. You little victim. Holy jeez. Like, this is just, you think every single male casting of any superhero comes with it an absolute barrage of criticism. And what do the men do? They let the conversation happen. You guys, you know what? You guys hammer it out. You guys talk about it. You guys figure it out. I'm just going to I'll do the best job I can. I'll do the best job I can. Because at the end of the day, all of you women, you do not own our bodies. Women, the female species do not own our male bodies. Supergirl star Millie Alcock said she's been bracing for public backlash ahead of the film's June premiere because women in fan favorite franchises often face scrutiny for simply existing. I just named a bunch off. Well, I'll name more of them. So Millie, I hope to God someone puts this in your face. Stop being a parrot. Would you please stop being a parrot? Think for yourself. Think before you put foot in mouth. Not shoe on head. That's a different. Shoe on head is different. I actually like shoe on head. You know, you guys ever watch Shoe on Head? I think she's. But foot and mouth. We're talking foot and mouth. Damn it! You flipped too hard. Could you imagine? Can I put?
Flick too hard, damn it!
Imagine if he is a woman.
Shall we help
Change
him?
every sex.
And eventually, grape.
Change every sex in this video. Every man is a woman and every woman is a man. Just visualize it. Come with me. If you need a drink of, if you need a drink of wine or maybe whatever you're having, take a shot of beer quickly. Visualize this. Every woman you see is a man and every man you see is a woman.
And flick. Flick too hard, damn it!
Shall we help him? And eventually, grape.
So if you two guys sitting there going, should we help her? Eventually we'll help her. But right now she's chained to a floor naked. Millie Alcock, you be okay? Would you be okay to do that with Chris Hemsworth? Would you be okay with that? Or do you think that they're objectifying Chris Hemsworth's body? That he actually freaking... Did you see how he freaking worked out? Do you know how many weights he lifted to get that body? I don't think you did a freaking fraction of what he did to look how he looks. I'm not saying you didn't work out, but you sure as hell didn't work out like Chris Hemsworth did. Holy frijoles, my friend. Let's. I got that. We can do that.
Let's make lemonade.
Yeah, let's make lemonade. In a Vanity Fair article released alongside the film's latest trailer, Alcock discussed the pressure of helming a beloved DC property because only the females have the pressure. I don't want the pressure. She said her time on House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones spinoff that launched her career, helped prepare her for the intense spotlight. It definitely made me aware that simply... It definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in the space is something that people comment on, Alcock said of her experience across both fan-heavy franchises. Do you want me to play I Flick Too Hard again? Do you want me to play it, Millie? Do you want me to play it? And are you willing to be chained to a floor as some guy from New Zealand over flicks and your clothes disappear? You're sitting there naked, chained to a floor. Are you okay with that, Millie? Are you okay with that? No. So it's really not as bad as Chris Hemsworth went through, right? It's not as bad as Chris Hemsworth. He had to go a little bit further than you, didn't he? Didn't he, Millie? You little frickin' snowflake butterfly. Frickin' man up, you little girl, okay? I like you. You got a pretty good future. Don't be a parrot and frickin' man up. If that's the way it's got to be, okay? Man up. Superman up. How's that? Can I say that? Superman up? We've become very comfortable having this weird ownership of women's bodies. This is right there, guys. That is this whole segment. This entire segment. Right there. This is why this segment exists. And guys, I've got to do it, okay?
Flick too hard, damn it! Flick too hard, damn it!
Did you see that, Millie? I am sick and tired. I am sick and tired as a YouTuber. All I do is I come on live. I come on live. I've got things to say. I'm an intelligent guy. I've had post-secondary education. But all the women do is they objectify my body. That's all they do on YouTube, is they objectify my body. I wonder if what's his name from the Nerdrotic guy, the Gary Beekler guy, Gary Beekler I wonder if Gary Beekler's body is. I watched Friday Night Tights yesterday, so the whole thing. It was good. I enjoyed it. But I'm sick and tired. My body, I'm sick and tired of being I'm sick and tired. I'm tired of it.
Flick. Oh, flick too hard.
Wait a sec. I'm trying to add this. There we go. That's the one. Believe me, we will hear that again. I'm coming, chat. I got there's a few things I know we're gonna tell. There's a few things I know. Again, Alcock said she's been having crazy dreams about standing before a tsunami, which she links to fears about leading a major superhero film. Oh, that's why you get whatever. You're 25 years old. You got $3 or $4 million. You little freaking baby. That's why you get the money. That's why you're doing what you do. Holy Jesus. Does it come with a little soother? Little nipple to suck your little baby? You're Supergirl. You're a dragon. Act like a dragon. Fuck, stop being a little baby, whiny little... You think anyone's whining for you? People go to work. They go to work for 8 hours and they come home after tax with $200 frickin' dollars. $200 frickin' dollars after 8 hours of damn work. And your little whiny ass is whining because you got $3 or $4 million. I'm guessing. Let me you know what? What did Millie Alcock get paid for Supergirl? Hasn't been disclosed. Any so I would say, because she's a fairly new girl, but it's a big budget, that even it's $3 million, guys. Even it's $3 million. $3 million. There's people that go to work day in. Most people go to work day in and day out. After tax, they're coming home with $175, $200, $250 after frickin' tax. But Alcock said she's been having crazy dreams about standing before a tsunami. Then don't take the role, you little baby. Let's just say... Let's say you had to do this.
Should we help him? And eventually. Great.
Oh. Well, okay, didn't play the whole thing. Let's just say Millie Alcock had to do that.
Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
Should we help him?
You
And
talk
eventually.
about standing
Great.
before a freaking tsunami. Like, really? Did you have to do anything with that? You had to act drunk? You had to act like a little punk girl? You're looking for your doggy? My doggy is sick. I got 3 days to save my doggy. Oh, look, there's Jason Momoa. He's going to help me out. Despite her concerns, Alcock said audience reactions are out of her hands. Of course they are. That's like saying the sky is blue. Duh. I'm getting punchy. I'm getting punchy. I'm feeling like Daredevil or Captain America. Of course I'm scared, said Alcock. Of course I want people to like me and the movie, but ultimately it's out of my control. Did you read the script? I mean, I don't want to say it again. I'm a screenwriter. Had I read that script? Wait. The script is about a dog? My dog gets poisoned and I gotta go. I gotta go save my dog. And then Lobo, then Jason Momoa shows up, who's played by Lobo. You said yes to the role because you're probably getting $3 or $4 million. The latest Supergirl trailer has already racked up nearly 2 million views. You know what? There's YouTube videos that have done twice that in the first 2 days. With the first 3 hours, which is pathetic. Which I think Spider-Man racked up how many hundreds of millions in the first day? Hundreds of millions. This movie is going to be the Marvels. This is DC, the Marvels. This movie is going to bomb. It's going to be an absolute shite show. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to lose, and it's going to show how absolute terrible James Gunn has been at formulating a DC universe. As a matter of fact, it couldn't be worse. My worst preconceptions, my worst expectations of what James Gunn was going to do with the... Oh, where's an empty shit? Here's... There's the DC universe. It's an empty slate. You can do whatever you want. Go crazy. Start. And this is what you thought of, James? This is what you thought of? Holy Alcock noted that after appearing in the smash hit House of Dragons, she initially swore she'd never act in another large franchise. Right. Like, you're 22, 23 years old, and you have that choice. It's not like your name is Matt Damon. You're not Ben Affleck. Is your last name Cruz, Pitt? No, it's Alcock. That changed after she was unemployed for nearly a year and feared her career was over at 22. Well, there you go. Alcock said she bullied herself into auditioning for Supergirl and ended up bagging the part. And now you're complaining to the degree. So she probably is getting, if that's the case, she's probably getting a lot less. She's probably getting less than $1 million then. Desperate. I mean, and now she'll get roles for sure. She also responded to criticism from veteran directors, including Martin Scorsese, who've expressed dislike of the superhero genre. He wasn't talking about you. You think you think. Whenever a new wave comes along, there's going to be criticism towards it, said Alcock. Not every film is for everyone. The beauty of art is that you can be selective about your taste. That's the first mistake. Don't call it art. If all the screenplays that I've written, I've never called it art. It's a story. When you start calling it art, you could say, well, it's art. So if it sucks ass and it does, oh, it's art. It's not meant to make money. Well, no, art has to make money, honey. It does. It does. Alcock is originally from Australia. Actually, I didn't know that. And appeared in the 2025 Netflix miniseries Sirens. She joined the Game of Thrones universe as Rhaenyra Targaryen in the debut season of House of Dragon. Supergirl hits theaters in June, my friends, in June.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Shall we help him? And eventually, great.
So I hope I'm making my point. Like I really let's get to some of the boys. Let's get to the boys. Let's get to the men. Let's get to the men. I'm gonna close that off. We don't even need that anymore. I'm gonna do that. But then I'm gonna do that. Where's the boys? Where are the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. So I got a few lists here, and it's not comprehensive, but it just gives us a baseline to have a conversation. It's like my Kingpin voice. I don't like what's going on. Here's what we're gonna do. Kingpin, how do Vivander, I forgot how to pronounce his name. Vincent D'Onofrio? I looked it up twice. I know, you showed me last time. D'Onofrio. He's the worst Kingpin. He's the worst. He sucks. He sucks as Kingpin. Newsflash. Boom, boom, boom. Are you kidding me? Do you even know who freaking Kingpin is? Go take a look at one picture of him. Holy jeez. Maybe we should put a little bit of intensity into our antagonist. Like John Bernthal did to the Punisher. So, okay, I'm going to remove that. Can I? Oh, I see what. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. I got ways around that. I'll just share screen. List of superhero actors. This is just a list of. Oh, let me do some comments first. Let me get the comments. Let me get some comments. Where are we talking here? I'm never going to get to Spaceballs. Spaceballs 2027. A Spaceballs sequel. Everyone should be happy. Everyone should be happy. Everyone should be happy about a Spaceballs sequel. Everyone should be happy about Spaceballs. But of course, all the male actors on Spaceballs, I have no doubt that they will be objectified, that their bodies will be taken as mere objects. Where are we here? When I was in BC, all I wanted to do was go to Seattle. That was the 90s when Seattle was the place to go. Well, yeah, that was the grunge, right? That was the place. And not a place where you ruin your sneakers trading on human feces. Peace. What? I don't know. I saw I got a BC. I wanted to do, that was the 90s. Seattle was the place to go and not a place where you ruin your sneakers. You say like Vancouver and human feces? Vancouver? Vancouver's the most cleanest cities in North America. Calgary is the cleanest city in North America. Google it. Calgary is the Dallas of Canada. Calgary, Alberta. There's no rats. There's only one place in the world where there's no rats. Google places in the world where there's no rats. You'll see a map and there'll be one little place. One little place. There's literally an entire task force. You dial, if you got a rat, if a rat shows up, you dial whatever it is. There's this rat team that comes and eliminates the rats. There's no rats in Alberta, Canada. None. You want to talk about if California was run like Alberta, Canada, powerhouse. California would be a freaking powerhouse. If there's any woman I'd enjoy seeing chained and clothed, poofed, is Elizabeth Olsen. Okay, that's interesting. Just saying. Considering I've seen Scarlet Witch sleep with Thanos in another non-related film. Hey, you know what? She's an attractive young lady. When Michael Keaton was cast as Batman, I was like 11 or 12. And I can imagine him being the Caped Crusader. Then he was like, I'm Batman, and he won me over. He just did a Beetlejuice, right? It was kind of tough to, I remember, because I graduated in 1985. So I guess I'm about 8, maybe I think you're around 50. I think you just turned 50, right? So yeah, I'm about 8 years older than you. I'm 58. So, I remember when he was cast, it's like, what? First off, I mean, he's not a tall guy. He's like 5'10". Usually Batman, you think of, like Ben Affleck, right? Ben Affleck is 6'2", 6'3". Ben Affleck is still my favorite Batman. Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. Shoe Head is hysterical with her dry humor. She is. I like watching Shoe. I think you know what? She's got the thing about Shoe is, and you don't know why some people she's always been popular. She's got this little spicy sassiness, right? Shoe Head. She's got that little spicy sassiness. She's a smart girl. She's not dumb. She's self-deprecating. And she's funny. I mean, she's got, and she's like left, right. She kind of like, she like switches. Well, she's pretty consistent though. Like good on her. She does good. I've seen her live and she admits she's not good live. She's terrible. She won't do live. How come I'm blurry? I don't want to be blurry. There we go. She doesn't like going live. I don't think she'll go live anymore. Being live is totally different because you need to be absolutely uninhibited. Absolutely uninhibited. You need to be able to make, stupid faces with your face and not feel, there's no, you just gotta let loose, let go, let loose, baby. But yeah, Shoe and Head is funny. She's good. She's good. With our current AI tech, I'm thinking of creating vids of reversing every male body objectifying in film scenes and flip the genders. Excuse me. Then watch the whole internet. Oh no, hiccups. Go into full meltdown. And absolutely, and I maintain if you change the genders, if you change the genders. If you change the genders. So instead of this being Chris Hemsworth, this is Millie Alcock. Instead of Chris Hemsworth, this is Millie Alcock standing there chained in front of a massive auditorium for all to see. Reverse the sexes. And instead of up on stage, all the women, you've got a whole bunch of men. Just a whole bunch of men staring down, watching chained up, naked Millie Alcock. How would that be if you reverse it? Millie Alcock is chained to the floor. And there's 10 or 12 men just watching her naked, chained to the floor. How would that turn out?
Oh, you flick too hard, damn it! And flick.
And then all the men pass out. And then listen specifically. I think this says a lot. Listen to what the girls say.
Shall we help him? And eventually, grape.
Right. Oop, no, that's enough. Should we help him? Again, flip the gender. Should we help him? Eventually. Should we help her? Oh my God, eventually. Right now, she's chained up naked to the floor. Why would we? Oh, you can't objectify women's bodies. You can't own them. You're owning them. How the frick is anyone owning your body, Billy? You stupid parrot. God, the thing is, I like you. Stop being stupid. That's all I ask. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Young and stupid. I hear you, Ben Feister. Yes. You're not sick and tired. You're flicking tired. Yes, I am. We all are. Danny, you're just button mashing that Thor clip, aren't you? I am. I'm making a point. I'm doing it. I'm hitting. I think I've played it 13, 14 times already. And I'm halfway through. Yeah, Ben Feister. Oh, yeah. It's a long night still. Well, holy shit, we're almost at 2 hours already. If your dog gets poisoned, you pull out the Ipecac, and get him to throw it up, and then you get him an ice cream cone. Really? That's not enough story to fill the first act. Oh, that's well, in the James Gunn verse, it is. That's plenty. That's plenty of story. Plenty of story. If you keep flicking, it's eventually going to fall off. Ask Chris Hemsworth. D'Onofrio. Vincent D'Onofrio. Did I get that right, Mavander? Vincent D'Onofrio sucks as Kingpin. Sucks ass as Kingpin. D'Onofrio. Now I'm ready for Spaceballs 2. I really hope they don't screw this one up. Me too, my friend. Ben Feister, I hope Spaceballs is an absolute savage roast of current Hollywood films. I think it will be. If that happens, it'll be the greatest spoof ever made in film. I like how she says, y'all eventually grape. That's not a reference to the struggle snuggle. Oh, my friends. I want to end it. Can I, you know what? How do I end this segment? I know how. This is how I end this segment.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Oh.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Whoa, wait a second. Okay, I know. Oh, jeez. Like, that's not the way it's... Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. This is how I want to end this segment. Oh, let me remove the comments so we get the full.
Flick too hard, damn it!
There you go, right there.
Flick too hard, damn it!
I don't make this stuff up. I don't make it up. Parts of it I do. But I am sick and tired. I am sick and tired of being objectified by women. I'm sick and tired of the female gaze. I am sick and tired of sitting here being live 3 times a week and my body, my entire body, just being owned by women out there in the universe of YouTube. I have feelings. I have feelings as a man. I don't want to be objectified, and I don't want my body to be... Maybe I do. Okay, look, if she's cute enough... Oh, look, there's not too many limits. If she's cute enough, there's not too many limits. There's some interesting. That's a different. That's a totally. That's like totally different channel. So that's not even on YouTube. That's like you know. Yes. Fuck. We're getting into we're getting dirty, eh? We're just like, oh man. It's okay. It's okay. You got to be. You got to be. You can't be afraid to say it. Like, you just got to say the shit as it is. Like, fuck. Like, really? Millie, think before you become a parrot. Obviously, you've been listening to Rachel Zegler. Duh. Are you not any aware? Oh, and there are... Oh, wait a sec. Did we go through... Oh my gosh. You know what, guys? There's actually a whole part on there that we didn't go through. I'm not sure. You know, let's go... I got to go through it quickly. Did it? Yeah. Okay. I was about to start talking about some of the guys. It's like, wait a sec. I just realized. So Heath Ledger as Joker, right? We didn't go through this, right? Heath Ledger as Joker. This is widely considered the most famous example of casting backlash in history. When Ledger was announced, the internet exploded with negativity. Fans argued he was a pretty boy, teen heartthrob, or a romance actor, broke back, who lacked the gravitas. Well, you know what? He kicked ass. There we go. Michael Keaton as Batman, 1989, Vander, right? So we're talking about Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Wolverine was a short 5'3", stocky, hairy Canadian, except he turned into a 6'2", taller Canadian. He's still Canadian. Fans felt he was physically all wrong for the part. Too tall, too lean, and too damn nice. Well, if he's Canadian, and I guess he is nice, though, right? He just has big-ass claws. The verdict? Jackman defined the role for nearly 2 decades, probably 3 decades. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. He took flack, man. The dude took punishment. Millie Alcock. Go back and refresh yourself. You think every guy that's cast as a frickin' superhero just gets like this Walk of Stars parade? They all get lambasted. While his talent was never in doubt, RDJ was considered a massive liability due to his highly publicized history with substance abuse and legal troubles. We all know we all know that. I'm sure everybody remembers, but right around 2006. Right at the time I was just moving to Los Angeles. Ben Affleck as Batman. Oh, Ben Affleck took some serious heat. When Ben Affleck was announced, the internet melted down. I remember I remember saying, you know what, guys, I think Ben Affleck might be okay. I said that about Robert Pattinson, and I was wrong. I'm not a big Robert Pattinson Batman fan. He's not bad. He's not great. Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. Fans cited his previous failure as Daredevil. Now, I think we talked about it here on Poprageous. If you go back and you watch that Daredevil, it's not as bad as you may remember. Go back and watch Ben Affleck as Daredevil in 2003. And his reputation as a Hollywood A-lister rather than a character actor, I think most people agree he did pretty damn good. And the biggest injustice is that he did not have his own Batman movie. That is the biggest injustice. It is Snyder's screw up. That is just like Gunn, just like James Gunn. Gunn is done. He's over. Gunn is finished. So is DC for a while. I don't know. Robert Pattinson, remember the Batman? Took some heat. I thought he was going to be good. It's one of the few ones I think I was wrong. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. He took a lot of heat. Known as the chubby, lovable goofball Andy Dwyer on Parks and Rec. And there's more. There's a lot more, guys, right? That's the point. So Millie Alcock, if you think The Boys, that's a fraction. There's also, you can go, I think there's more on this list. Chris Evans as Captain America. There's a lot more. There's more. We don't need to dwell on it. That's the point. The men take just as much, if not more, heat than you do. And if you can't take the frickin' heat, get the hell out of the kitchen. Go get a job. Go back to Australia. Go get a job at Amazon packing goods, okay? If you can't take it, that's why you're in the position. The entire world is going to look at you. They're going to look at you in a skirt. They're going to look at you in a tie. Do you think... Do you think, let me find a good picture. What's a good picture? This is good. Open link in new tab, please. Let it just be the image. Yeah, that'll work. So basically, so there we have a picture of Henry Cavill in the Superman suit. Is there anything left to the imagination? You've got a suit that is about as frickin' tight as it can get. Henry Cavill's Superman suit is so tight that they probably had to put a little jock strap on his, middle parts so that his middle parts didn't bulge through, if I can use a line. So Millie Alcock, you think that you're being objectified as a female Supergirl? Have you seen Henry Cavill's Superman outfit? There is not 1 inch. If you had 1 inch of fat in the wrong place, you would look like shite in this costume. Ben Affleck's Batman. Do you think there was any margin of error for him not to be? So stop being a little whiny princess. Man up!
Flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
I know.
Shall we help him?
I know.
And eventually, great.
I know. That's it. I'm closing it all. That's it. The segment's done. Segment is done. Okay, let's get some prep. Let's get a little bit of Oh my guys, how was your Saturday night? I hope if you're at home, relaxing, if you're spending some time with us. That's good. We're on Facebook. We're also on YouTube now. Facebook and YouTube. Every Tuesday, Thursday, the Tuesday and Thursday big show, and the Saturday night. Pop just live at Saturday night. Sport coat lurking. What if Henry gets a halfie? Oh shit. Oh jeez. Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Will they still own his body? Will the women still own Henry Cavill's body if he's in a halfie? That's the question I want to know. Ben Feister says, I'll say, right, I'm going to bawl my eyes out when Harrison Ford dies. I know. Look, it's getting, like what is it, 83? But look, it could be, it could be a decade off. It could be more than a decade off. Look at William Shatner, right? Like the Rolling Stones are still touring. They're like, what, 80, 81? Are you kidding me? This is insanity. My childhood hero, inspiring my love of adventure and history. Harrison made the president look badass. Harrison Ford made a lot of characters look badass. Unfortunately, maybe some of his later endeavors, Indiana Jones. Sport coat lurking says my night is great. The worst kid is asleep. Okay, good. Saturday. Oh, yes. Well, my friend, if you've just put the worst kid to sleep. Cheers. And the good one is doing his own thing. When you're a parent, the quiet times are important, right? The quiet times are important. And Ben Feister says, before we get to Spaceballs, we're getting to Spaceballs, guys. Spaceballs sequel, spring 2027. You missed my comments further up, did I? Ben Feister. Star-Lord. Oh, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? That's really weird how I but thank you for mentioning that. With Spaceballs 2, it's going to be interesting who will be in this. I'll admit, I hope to see Rick Moranis return. And I think that's what we're going to touch on. We're going to cover who's returning. If John Candy never died, he'd be a perfect resurgence cameo. John Candy was awesome, right? John Candy's like, he's in the same place as John Ritter, Bill Paxton. Like, these guys were wonderful actors, great people, great. It's hard. Yeah, I hope Spaceballs 2 will give John Candy a fun and respectful shout out in some way. John Candy, I miss that guy. Yeah. Look, one of my favorite movies of all time is Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. And in that movie, you really... If you don't get a little tear in your eye at the end of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I don't think you watched it. These two characters had such an amazing trip together. It is the only true Thanksgiving movie out there. And it was John Candy and Steve Martin, right? Made brilliant by John Candy's amazing ability to turn nothing, a carrot, into something. Honest question for you, Danny. As a screenwriter, if John Candy was still alive, what modern films could you actually see John Candy in? Oh, that's a hard question. I mean, that's on the spot, especially when you're live on the spot. That's my first thought is I don't think I could see him in anything. It's like, what movies can you see any of these? these old school actors in. There's really nothing out there that's, I mean, it's going to be streaming, right? It's probably going to be some sort of a streaming movie, a streaming deal. I don't know if cinema is, there's no comedy, not much. There's not like it used to. I don't know if there is anything. I think actors have to carve their own niche out unless they go to streaming, in which case you can start kind of doing more generic kind of stuff. Now, if I was going to write a movie for John Candy, I mean, it's tough to know because you're going back 30 years to try and take what he was and write something today if he was 30 years older. But I don't know. He'd be doing the same style, but look, a lot of these guys, like what's his name that did Austin Powers, right? All these guys, they're not in any more movies anymore. The old Saturday Night Live actors, all these comedians, where are they? There's no movies for them. Some of them are doing some streaming movies from time to time. I stand by the Chris Pratt is my choice to replace Harrison Ford. As in, yes, Chris Pratt would make an excellent Indiana Jones. After Harrison Ford passes, he's got the chops, right? Because Harrison Ford had the comedic chops, and he also, yes, I think that would be a great choice. I do. I agree. Star-Lord was Chris Pratt's Han Solo role. His role as Jurassic. I agree because that allowed him to show depth, right? I can't believe I missed all these comments. What did I do? I'm gonna have to go back and see what I did to because I usually don't. I know I sometimes miss comments or I read half of them and I keep going. That's a part of being live, right? But I have to. Why did I? Oh, and then we got what if he gets the halfie? Interesting. So, they really are. Yes, to the kids. Candy was legendary. Sports coat. Yes, he was. The blow-up co-pilot was so dope. My fave John Candy, The Great Outdoors, shooting in the bear. Yes. Yeah, that was a good movie. You know what? It's been so long ago, I could almost barely remember it. It's dead, Jim. It's dead. It's dead, Jim. Yeah. That was in the movie, right? Deadwood. If you guys want a good Western, Deadwood. Vivander put me onto it. I'm on episode 5 where Bill Hickok is shot. Ian McShane is freaking brilliant in Deadwood. The Expanse. I'm watching The Expanse. There's a few good things that I'm watching right now. In between, because I got my science channels. I do a lot of videos. This morning I woke up at 2 a.m. I started working on videos. I usually sleep for around 5 hours a night. So, and I always have off to my right here, I got a big 60-inch TV and I got stuff playing on the background. Just, but anyway, sport coat lurking. That's quite the interesting sport coat lurking. There you go. That's what, sorry about that, Ben Feister, but thank you for mentioning it. Those are, great, comments. I have to see why I missed those. I have to. But anyway, we got to get to. I'm not going to play You Flick Too Hard. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm not going to play it. I won't play it. I swear. You flick too hard, damn it. That doesn't mean I won't say it. Millie Alcock. If you think you're being objectified, if you think you're being, just take a look at Chris Hemsworth. You little baby. Little rich actress. Literally, your job is to stand in front of millions of people to show yourself off. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Although I like you. I've said it. I like you, Millie. I think you got a future. Just don't be a parrot. Don't be a parrot. All right, guys. Let's make lemonade. Here we go. Spaceballs sequel sets spring 2027 release. Josh Greenbaum's Amazon MGM movie revives the property that originated with Mel Brooks' 1987 original. The important thing was Spaceballs you gotta keep that same energy, that same feel, that same thing that made Space. I gotta watch Spaceballs again. You know, I gotta watch it. Tomorrow's Sunday. I can put that on early in the morning when I wake up. I'll watch it at like 3 in the morning. Like classic, right? Look at that. Look at that image. Yep. Put the kids to sleep and have a glass of wine. Or put the hyperactive or the troublemaking kid to sleep. And we love them all. We love them all. The Schwartzes with a forthcoming sequel to Spaceballs, Amazon MGM Studios feature follow-up to the 1987 original film is set for wide theatrical release April 23rd, 2027. Put it on your calendar. I hope it's a good one. The studio announced Friday Mel Brooks, Rick Moranis, Daphne Zuniga, Bill Pullman, and George Weiner reprise their roles from the first one, while newcomers to the cast include Josh Gad, Kiki Palmer, Lewis Pullman, and Anthony Carrigan. Josh Greenbaum is helming the comedy from a script by Gad, Benji Samit, and Dan Hernandez. Producing the film are Brian Grazer, Ron Howard, big name, and Jeb Brody for Imagine Entertainment, alongside Gad Brooks, Greenbaum, and Kevin Salter. That's a lot of names. That's a lot of names. Plot details and the official title for the follow-up to the Star Wars spoofing feature have not yet been shared. I'm telling you, man, the best, that's a screen reading. Look at a table read. So I don't know if you've got a table read. Everyone has fun at a table read. They do. So everyone just sits around, right? And they go through the script a couple times for over a couple of days. Sometimes 1 day, sometimes 2 days. And it's a good time. It's a good time. And there you have Spaceball 2. That's a table read of Spaceballs 2. Originally released by MGM in 1987, a decade after George Lucas' sci-fi classic Star Wars debuted to become a culture-defining smash. Spaceballs starred Pullman, Rick Moranis, Ghostbusters. Zuniga, Weiner, and John Candy, as well as a voice. We talked about John Candy. Role for Joan Rivers as a C-3PO parody, and she was good. Brooks helmed the film that earned $38.1 million in the box office before becoming a cult favorite, and it is a cult favorite for sure. It is. During summer of 2024, Gad teased the sequel in an Instagram post. Just handed in a film script that I think may be the funniest and best thing I've ever worked on, and I'm so freaking excited. I mean, that sounds good. Gad captioned the post. At the time, he added that working with Simon and Hernandez has been heaven on earth and many other planets as well. Love you, boys. So long, gay boys. Gad took to Instagram on Friday to confirm the release date with the caption, "May the April 23rd, 2027 be with you." There it is. There it is. There it is. This is the kind of stuff that could spark a revival. And I think You asked the question, Ben Feister, what would I do as a screenwriter for John Candy? I mean, that's almost, after 30 years later, given the state of where comedy is, comedy's not in a great place in the world of cinema because it is literally what the political activists went after. They went, comedy is someone laughing at the expense of someone else. And if someone else is being is the subject of the you got to think it's like, okay, right, I'm the butt of the joke. That's cool. But when you made it, when it became something from a different race, when it came about women, right? MeToo and women. Oh my God, because women are never wrong. Women are 100% correct. Oh my God. Still, I tell you, man, the MeToo movement is the stupidest, the utterly stupidest, asinine, dumbass, low IQ concept ever to hit the human species. If you've got a vagina, you're never wrong. If you have a vagina, you're incapable of telling a lie. Oh, jeez. I see. Where am I going? Where did I leave off here? I think here, right? Sport coat. Candy. I'm going to move this over here so I'm not turning back. Candy was legendary. Yeah. The blow-up co-pilot was so dope. My fave John... Oh, I think we've been through this, right? Yeah, here we go. I think here we go. John Candy eating the Paul Bunyan steak. My gut still hurts laughing so much. It's Alcock. Alcock. Millie Alcock. Millie Alcock. Wait, Alcock? What? Who? The Great Outdoors water ski was hysterical. I forgot about that. Oh my God. Great Outdoors, yeah. I might play that could be a movie. Yeah. Great Outdoors, yes. I'm a Moog, half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend. Hey, you know what? That is a great place to be. That is a great place to be. Be your own best friend. But seriously, be your own best friend. And if you need somewhere to hang out, if you need someone to talk to, if you want to make friends, you hang out at Poprageous. That's what you do. Because I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care how much pigment you have or don't have, what sex you are, what sex you're not. I don't care. You were amongst friends in Poprageous. Amongst friends. Saturday night, cheers. It's Poprageous Live. Saturday night. That's let's make lemonade. Effing Candy made that work, dude. Pullman. Well, Candy just makes comedy work, period, right? He was a natural. John Candy was just an absolute natural. He just what's his name? Nanu. He was what's the I can't believe I forgot his name. Oh God, I can't believe I forgot his name. I feel stupid now. I feel really stupid. What? Robin Williams. How can I not remember Robin Williams? Robin Williams, he's kind of like a Robin Williams, right? John Candy, natural. He's the guy that everyone knew. If he's in the room, he would just make you laugh naturally. He didn't have to try. He would just right? That was his magic. Like I say, him, John Ritter, Bill Paxton, those are three guys that are all in the same category. And I was lucky enough to meet Bill Paxton a couple of times during one of my 20 years in, when I just had 20 years in Hollywood. And Bill Paxton was such a gentleman. He was such a regular schmo. Bill Paxton. Such a great guy. Well, it depends what funny is now, what is allowed to be funny. Exactly. That's the problem. And you know what? I don't care. I don't. On this show, granted, there are some things that are required you can't go down because of things with YouTube or Facebook. Great. We won't go, but if we're making a few jokes about race or not race, if you're white, black, Asian, or whatever, we make a joke. Sorry, man. If you can't take it, I'll make as many white jokes as I'll do Asian jokes, as I'll do whatever other jokes. It doesn't matter. But if I do a black joke and you think it's racist, this is not the place for you. Really, this is not the place for you. If I say a white joke, or a sex joke, so a joke about men, boys, or not boys, women, men, you know what I'm saying, right? I've always considered Poperageous to be a place where, I'm sorry, man, there's no apologies. I'm not apologizing. If the only thing you got to say, oh, you're racist, fuck off, man, go fuck off. Come on, the only racist is the one that yells the word racist. Those are the racists. Racists. Me too is me too, bro, dude, sport coat, lurking. I will talk about Me Too in a way that is unequivocal. Me Too was the stupidest, asinine, dumbest, low IQ, as dumb as you get movement in the history of humankind. I have a vagina, therefore I cannot be wrong. I have a vagina. What do I have? I don't think I have a vagina. I think I have the other stuff. I got the other stuff. Yeah, I hear they got surgeries to fix you now. If you want to have a vagina, you can have a surgery. And look, if you got such a chip on your shoulder and you're transgender, and you're just going to be angry at everybody. You're really just going to be freaking angry at everybody because you don't get your fucking way. You don't get your freaking own way because you're transgender. Sorry, man, no one gets their own way all the time. And so this is not, don't be a baby. Okay, don't be a baby. It's like I told Millie Alcock, man up, baby, man up. You want to hear it?
Flick.
Oops.
Oh, flick too hard.
It didn't work. There we go. Okay. I'll do it again.
Oh, flick too hard, damn it.
Helping. And eventually, great.
It was coming again. I did not take that off. It was coming. I'm going to put, you flick too hard, damn it, is not going to leave the zeitgeist of this broadcast. It will not leave the zeitgeist of this broadcast. Sam Kinison, right. Sam Kinison. Oh, we lost him early too. That was a long time ago. Sport coat lurking, he says proudly. I have a cock. That's good. Did you check? I had to check. I wasn't sure. Vivander, race baiting, the fake rabbit that gets the greyhounds to run fast on the dog track. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. It's a good way of putting it. Look, I make no apology. I will say everything with a smile, right? And I hate prefacing anything. I'm not racist, but I will never preface myself. I don't. I just say it. Right? There used to be a time, right? There used to be a time where comedy, Tropic Thunder, guys, Tropic Thunder. I will tell you, that is the greatest comedy. That's my favorite comedy of all time. That does not change. So it was someone asking what my favorite movie is. That can change. I have 20 movies that can move. If I just watched Braveheart 2 or 3 days ago, and someone said, "What's your favorite movie?" I said, "You know what? Braveheart's up there." If I just watched Excalibur, if I just watched Logan, if I just watched some of these great movies, Gangs of New York, Gladiator. But when it comes to comedy, I'm telling you, man, this movie reflected the zenith of comedy. It was the peak, it was the apex. And everything that was possible with comedy ended with Tropic Thunder. One of the most brilliant comedies. Meet the Parents, the first Meet the Parents, I think was like, they're both Ben Stiller movies too, right? It's so crazy. Now, there's some older ones. You go to Spaceballs, that is absolutely classic in a very different way. Some have to check. I had to check. Actually, it's funny because I was born in Brno. So I am a Czech. A Czech. I left when I was like 3 months old when the Russians invaded in 1968. Don't preface. You shouldn't preface. Exactly. Better than Iron Man. Best RDJ performance. Gangs of New York was lacking in acting, if we are being honest. Now, in some areas, like you could argue that with some areas, with the pure character actor of Daniel Day-Lewis, of Bill the Butcher, Cuddy, that was epic. And to me, the music can sometimes be a huge thing. So at the end of it all, when Bono sings "These Are the Hands That Built America" was a powerful moment for me. These are the hands that built America. That ending with the music was power. Another one that does that to me is Oblivion, Tom Cruise. And M82 does that song, which you don't know what the words are, but at the end of Oblivion, which I think Oblivion is very underrated. I liked Oblivion. There's no movie that's perfect. No, there's just not. But sometimes the music, I don't think he overdid it. You could argue that. I think that's a fair argument. I think you need to so I'm a screenwriter. That's what I've won hundreds of awards for at some of the biggest film festivals around the world. I always make my antagonists intense to the point where you are not. That's why I really dislike. How do I say it? Vivander Defronio? Vincent Defronio? I really dislike him as Kingpin. There's no angst. There's no energy. There's no antagonism. And to me, the main roles in Gangs of New York, which was DiCaprio with Daniel Day-Lewis, it worked for me. And the historical piece of 1870s New York, right? The 5 points I think it was magnificent the way they recreated it. I love historical pieces. I even love The Last Duel, only because the fact that it was a historical piece and Ridley Scott made 14th century Paris come alive. Was it a good movie? No. It told the same story 3 times. Unbelievable to me that Ridley Scott, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck, who wrote the movie. I mean, if they would have asked me, honestly, I would have said, guys, you're retelling the story the same way 3 times. Like, how do you not understand that this is going to be like, what, guys? But even them, seasoned actors and screenwriters, they didn't get it right? It's hard. No, you're not wrong. Look at the original Daredevil. Dafronio is a brilliant actor. Now, people do say, and I have been watching the first season, Dafronio? I don't like him. I don't think he's doing a good job. I think we need a much more aggressive. And as far as Marvel TV shows go, now episode 2 and 3 and season 2 have really started coming off the rails, right? You've literally got female bosses everywhere. Matt Murdock this is turning into The Witcher, right? Remember The Witcher? The Witcher became a supporting character in his own TV show. Matt Murdock, Daredevil, is literally going to become the cuck of Karen Page. Kingpin is already the cuck of Vanessa, right? And then Buck Cashman and Powell are the cucks of Kingpin. So I am not. Episode 4 is on Wednesday. We'll do it on the Thursday Night Big Show. We'll go through episode 4. We'll see where it goes. Female Muse? Are you kidding me? Female Muse? I thought they're not going to go there, are they? They're going there. They're going to Female Muse. You know, it's funny. The longer I'm on stream, my nose gets runny. I don't know why. We should every hour we should get up and do calisthenics, do something just to stretch ourselves up. Calisthenics. Here's one. Take your cup in your right hand, hold it out, bring it in, bend, and bring to mouth. And swallow. Swallowed. I spelled it wrong, but I think you are basing off a modern Disney shite. He was a boss in the original Netflix. Yeah. And the Kingpin. I remember him back into the early Spider-Man. In the early 70s, right? I mean, when Kingpin, so if you take a look at pictures of Kingpin and who Kingpin is, he is solid fat and muscle, right? He is 6'6", an absolute phenom. And he is resting angry face. Oh, I don't think he's as an actor. I don't think he's a terrible actor. I don't think he's a good. The protagonist needs a serious antagonist, especially when it comes to. There are times where he shines, but the only reason he shines is because the script was written that way. So in episode 3, when he gets angry and he punches his boxer coach, he gets angry and the boxer coach goes flying back into. That is a function of the script. He tears the police commissioner's face apart. That's a function of the script. But the times where he's supposed to, he looks sad and kind of sympathetic. He looks sad and sympathetic most of the time. He doesn't look resting angry face. Oh, they have, yeah, well, I don't think I think he's a good actor. I just don't think he is. We'll see. Episode 4, we'll see. On Wednesday. What did I have here? List of superheroes. There was something. Oh, you know what? I was going to, and I think this is interesting. If we're going to talk movies, let's go for a few more minutes here. I think this was interesting. No. That's scary. Oh yeah, I was looking at Crime One. Oh my god, it did so bad. But the so here we got the numbers for Friday. Super Mario is the Super Mario Galaxy movie, $107 million domestic as of Friday. I mean, that is huge. There's a really good chance this international is the wild card, and he is a big. Mario's a big international draw. I think they're going to bust 400 million. By the end of Sunday, I think Super Mario is going to bust 400 million. Whether it deserves to or not, that's a subjective question, right? Very subjective. And Hail Mary, which has got amazing staying power. This is a great story. If we take a look at the first weekend, 33 million, 26 million, 20 million, and then we got the next so a Friday drop, which is pretty 55% for a Friday drop is not bad, but then we only have a 15% drop for the Saturday, and only a 19% drop for the Sunday. That is amazing. And now even when you start going that 29% drop on the Friday, a smaller percentage of a big number is significant, right? It's like you add 1% to the interest rate over time, and that interest rate creates a significant increase in the amount of money interest that you'll generate off your money. So a $10.4 million Friday. The Friday before was 14.6 million. This is some serious staying power. It's got to do $600 million to break even. I am really pulling for Project Hail Mary because I think it's the kind of movie that shows if you're genuine and you're looking just to do a great movie and you're focused on the story of it. This is what movies can still be. Great stories will always drag people into the cinema, the theater. Now, economics are playing a very big role in the decline of cinema, but the biggest thing it's the quality, right? It's the quality. This started with it's almost like you could say Captain Marvel Wakanda, like that whole era. Is when things really started to come off, right? That's when Disney took full ownership. They took ownership of Star Wars sooner because they desecrated that. But if you go, guys, 2026 I was going to do it this. 2026 is the year of the bomb. It's the year of the bomb. Hoppers is a bomb. All these movies are a bomb after bomb, money-losing movies. It doesn't end. Fire and Ash to break 1.5, almost 1.5 billion. It made money. So Project Hail Mary looks like it's gonna break 600 million. And I think that's a huge win. It'll make I think it'll make a few million bucks on the positive side. And then of course in the aftermarket is where it's going to make. It's almost like that's where almost a studio is looking at least break even in the cinema. And then you make all of your money in distribution, licensing, and all the other things that come afterwards. So. Oh, well, yeah. Next, anytime Disney gets, yeah, I agree with you. Anytime Disney gets their paws on something, when they get their paws on it, gets Disney-fied, right? It gets turned into a princess. It gets feminized and Disney-fied. Being Disney-fied means it gets feminized. It gets turned into a. It loses its aggressive, male A type. Yeah. I mean, that's superheroes are all about type A male personalities. That is a superhero. Just like with Punisher, Disney will kill that. The Punisher, I don't know if you saw season 1 of Born Again. The Punisher was the highlight. John Bernthal was the highlight. Now, it looked like to me in season 1 of Born Again, Disney didn't get their paws on much. It was lumpy. Was it great? It was still one of the better Marvel TV shows, easily. John Bernthal nailed it. Some of the fight, and I was a kickboxer for 8 years, and I look at some of the fight scenes. I like the fight scenes. I do. Season 2 is very quickly becoming Disney. Very quickly. It's almost like you're going to expect the Punisher to show up in a skirt. That's the scary thing. Is he going to show up in a skirt? Why do I like Daredevil? I like Hail Mary because it's interesting, fun, friends, a story that works out and heroes win. Now, I actually haven't seen Project Hail Mary yet. I haven't seen it. I have some science channels that I am deluged with that are exploding. Like one of my science channels today just got 2 million views in one day. And like over 3,000 followers in one day. So it's given all the shows, the channels that I do, it's very difficult. So I haven't seen it. But I think the question, why do I like Daredevil? So there is no Disney TV show that's worth, like you could like, some people argue Loki. Some people like Wakanda. I really disliked WandaVision, sorry. I did not like WandaVision. It was a 6. It was a 5.8 to a 6. The first season, do I like? No, I've never been a Daredevil fan. I have never been a Daredevil fan. Sport coat. Never have. And there was something in the first season that said, you know what? Maybe it's because there's nothing on TV. I just finished Landman. There was nothing else. And there was enough there that made me go, you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. It's okay. It's like a Marvel 6.5 or a 7, which makes it amazing. And then when The Punisher came in at the end of the second half of the season, I thought, okay, all right, this is good. But now the problem, and I think I covered it on the Thursday big show, the problem with Daredevil is basically all the women are making every decision. Women have completely moved into even now in season 2, Matt Murdock is basically being strung along by Karen Page. Vanessa's stringing along King. If Vanessa says dance, Kingpin's dancing. Matt Murdock is incapable of making his own decisions without Karen Page now being involved. And now she's beating up full-grown men, right? And like I say, I was a kickboxer for 8 years. And I fought against, not in the ring, women, like we fought, just practicing. Believe me, if there's anyone that knows the difference in strength between men and women, I went through it for 8 years. And a woman is not going to beat up and then tie up a guy. Holy jeez. Oh jeez. That's bad stuff. Oh man, please don't highlight my everything. Nope. I like the Bernthal Punisher, but yeah, girls, everything is girls. And that's the Disney way, right? Feminize it. That's the Disney way. The girl, look, what did you have? You had a female governor. You had a female judge. Two of the most prominent decision makers. Bibi Ulrich. She's a self-empowered journalist. You've got Karen Page. Now, if she would have taken White Tiger's choker, okay, I'm buying it, right? I'm buying it. She got the white. Now, how White Tiger died was aggravating. You're telling me, so the White Tiger has increased strength, agility, senses. He's basically a little bit of a subdued Spider-Man, right? The White Tiger. When you take a look at his powers, you're telling me someone just comes out, he's running up the stairs. He's running up the stairs and someone just comes up and bang shoots the White Tiger. That's it? That's it? That was all you could think of to get rid of the White Tiger? Who's got all of these superpowers? Not just super strength, but super agility, super senses, super, cat-like reflexes? Holy Jesus, what the hell are we talking about here? And then they give it to the 13-year-old. So now you know the 13-year-old girl's going to be, 13 years. Like, oh, geez, here we go. Here we go, Disney. Oh, yeah, right. That's what I just mentioned. I know. The new teenage girl. I know. Shit. How is it's almost funny to the point. Okay, it's like you see a female muse. Look, I do not buy the fact that a female can be as psych, because female, call it, and I think you'll agree, Sportco. Female evil is different than male evil. Very different, right? Very different. You're not going to tell me that this female, what's her name? I forgot her name. Helen, right? Helen Glenn, right? Karen Page, Helen Glenn. You're not. It's going to be hard to convince me as a screenwriter to write a female into the role of muse who is violent, psychotic, and likes to paint murals with blood. What was the catalyst? What was the trigger? All of a sudden she started seeing things. There's no real trigger. There's no catalyst that makes you buy into it. Nothing. That was happening right around with John Bernthal and the Punisher in the second part of the season. And I know I was going, oh, geez, you know what, guys? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And they're doing it. They're doing it. But it's Disney, right? So it's the reality that Disney will fuck it up, right? Disney at the end of the day will fuck it up because that's what they do. That's what they do best. This almost makes me want to renew my Disney Plus subscription so that I can rewatch the old Daredevil series. I think, and this could piss a lot of people off. Disney Plus, what does it cost me? I think it cost me $8, $8. I can watch all of the old, Captain America stuff. Look, there's some stuff worth watching. I know you don't want to support a company that you dislike. I dislike Disney. I won't go to the theme parks. No way. There's no, I'm not going to spend $500 just going to a stupid theme park anymore. I'll go to Universal. I'll do Universal. Yeah. Female evil gets in your head. Even a male evil uses force. And even when you take a look at female murderers, right? Female murderers in society, their favorite, most female murderers use poison, right? They poison people. They use a soft form. And that was the great thing about the Black Widow, Romanoff, right? Her style of fighting wasn't sitting there against men punching. She had, that sort of more jujitsu sort of, stylized using their weight against you. And that was well done with her, because you are not going to get a woman fighting toe to toe with a guy. Like I said, I remember in kickboxing, we'd be sitting there and you do, roundhouses, and you just, put the shoulder up, you practice putting the shoulder up. And when a girl hits you in the shoulder, it's like, okay, that was what? Well, that's it? But you got used to it, right? And there's no way, if you got paired up with them, there's no way that you could roundhouse them and kick them as hard as they were kicking you. If I kicked them 50%, they'd be going down, 10 feet to the left. So having been there, and of course you were never allowed to spar with a man-woman in a ring. That was not even allowed. So you're telling me that Karen Page beat up a police officer and then tied him up and then unless she was like promising some sort of, I'll tie you up. Let's play some games. I'll tie you up. You want to play good cop, bad cop? It's the only way I see it. Bernthal as the Punisher made me like him again. Me too. Exactly. Because Walking Dead I wasn't big on. I agree. Disney determined to make me hate him again. We'll see. Right now, John Bernthal, if he's allowed, because he had, on the Thursday show, after 20 years in Hollywood, when you're on set and you see an actor like a John Bernthal, they do, like, it's when you see that on set and like all the cameras are there, the lights and everything, and you go action, and you see this actor, he's acting. You see it on the TV, you're like, okay, you kind of buy into it because it feels real, right? But when you see an actor doing it in front of your eyes and they're acting, you're like, oh. You're like, whoa. That's a take. That's a good take. You're like, and then the actor says, okay, good, that was good. Okay. And then they talk. Yeah. They make adjustments, everything. They do one more take. You're like, what the fuck was wrong with that last take? What did you see that you didn't like? I don't get it. Like that intensity when you see an actor. Ooh, I agree. He made me like him again as an actor. And I wasn't big on him after Walking Dead. I so with you on that. Damn, I missed season 2 of the original season. That's what I'm getting to is season 2. Remember that great dialogue between Daredevil and Punisher about right and wrong? Just brilliant. I am just getting to that next week. I didn't have time to get to. Everyone tells me season 2 of Daredevil Netflix is that's the one, right? So looking forward to it. I am. Punisher, when you quotes, when you put them down, they get back up. When I put them down, they stay down. Boom, 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 boom. It's a good name, right? Punisher. I'm the Punisher. I wish they gave him some sort of an accident, so he had some sort of, like, the one thing that I don't like. So in the Spider-Man trailer, you see Spider-Man go through the windshield, hits the Punisher, the seat gets knocked off, he goes through the back of the van. He's a human being. He would be so wiped out, right? At least Batman, you could say, okay, Batman's got the suit. I'll buy it. It's sci-fi. I think Punisher should have some sort of I would love it if the Punisher had Captain America kind of stuff, right? Kind of a power. Because if someone did that to Captain America, he's driving a, although, I don't think have we ever seen Captain America drive a truck or a car? I don't think we have, right? And you see someone go through the windshield of what happens in the trailer. Like you would, okay, that's not going to kill Cap. That's not going to kill Cap. We know who Cap is. Like the dude's superhuman. Punisher isn't. Punisher needs that accident. Like John Walker, right? John Walker in when did he take the shot, right? John Walker in the Bucky, the Falcon Winter Soldier. There are a couple of episodes of the Falcon Winter Soldier that were actually pretty good. But if again, so you got a female, the female, that red-haired gal, she's running the evil people, right? Not evil, they're bad. They just have a different perspective. I don't know if they're necessarily evil, but it's like, really? But anyway, it was superheroes kill people all the time. All of a sudden, John Walker, he feels bad about killing someone that probably deserved to get killed. Really? That's when I said, okay, now I like this guy. Disney with all of their wisdom, all of their screenwriting wisdom. Disney. I'm going to say it again. Punisher. When you put them down, they get back up again. When I put them down, they stay down. Let's get more of that. I know. Well, you know what? Disney owns it. Hell yeah. When Disney owns it, what do you do? Right? They own it. They could turn it into, they could put the gay flag all over it and turn it into a bunch of every superhero is gay. They own it if they wanted to. They can do it. They of course risk the utter and complete ire. The thing is, the whole gay thing, right? The whole gay thing. If you are, we are all of our own people inside when it comes to, sexual behavior. If you are straight, the whole idea or concept of something that is gay is something you don't want to think of. It's not particularly pleasant. It's not an idea. It's kind of like, oh, geez, no, I'm not even going to think about it. Don't even go there. If you're gay and you like that, okay, that's great. Okay, that turns you on. Look, most straight guys look at that and go, I don't want to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. And here's the thing, that's okay. Frick, that's okay. That's why there's 15 gay channels out there. You don't need representation. We don't need that kind of representation. We don't even need heterosex. It's just, you just want to put a gay character in there for the sake of putting a gay character, right? Here you go. Here's a fucker right in your face. This guy's gay. This guy's gay. Right in your face. It's like the Klingon and Kyle holding hands in Starfleet Academy. Are you fucking kidding me? 40,000 people, right? Starfleet Academy, 40K. Starfleet Academy, 40K. Warhammer, 40K. 40K, Starfleet Academy. We know what they do. Punisher is getting cucked. Well, Daredevil's been cucked. The Kingpin has been cucked. Unbelievable, right? You'd think if there's one character that couldn't be cucked, it's the Kingpin. The only good outcome of Falcon and the Winter Soldier was giving GSP another chance to act. Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of okay episodes. I like Bucky. I have become a much bigger, I think I mentioned before, I'm a much bigger Bucky fan than I was when he first came out as the Winter Soldier. Today, the last 2-3 years, I was like, you know what? I fucking really like him. And I really like watching him in the Captain America movies. And I just watched the 3 Captain America movies a month or 2 ago. Then I watched the Avengers. I didn't get through all the Iron Men Man movies. 'Cause the first one's great. The second one is man. And the third one is, oh, shit. Oh, jeez. The 3 Thor ones, the first Thor is great. It's the same thing. It's like the second one, Dark, what's his name? And then Ragnarok. It's like, oh. It's not like the 3 Captain America movies that are just, I think the 3 of them are just solid movies. They go, ew, we don't need to represent the point. Exactly. That's why there's 15, 20 gay streaming shows. As a screenwriter, like seriously, I mean, I've written so many screenplays, and I've had people say, "Well, if can we option your screenplay? Could you put this in?" No, I'm not going to fucking put it in there, and I'm not even going to option you my screenplay because I'm not going to have my name on IMDb with you. That's why I've never sold a screenplay, but I've won hundreds of awards around the world, hundreds, in some of the biggest film festivals ever. And people say, "How could you not have sold that screenplay for? You know, why would I sell it? Like I don't need the money." Like when you spend 8, 9, 12 months writing something, it's your baby. The characters are your baby. Like they are because you create them out of nothing. They're going to give Punisher. Oh, I'm going to do it. You want to? Oh, damn it. Hold on a sec.
Too hard, damn it.
Yeah, there we go.
Should we help him? And eventually, grape.
You want to pull up estrogen? I'll pull up the flick too hard, my friend. You flick too hard, damn it! You flick too hard! I still say put Supergirl up there naked. Put Supergirl up there naked, right? Millie Alcock. You think men own your body, Millie? You think really? Hey, Millie, come here. We're gonna chain you up like this, like Chris Hemsworth, to a floor, and instead of 10 or 12 women up there with some odd-looking New Zealander guy called Russell Crowe, there's gonna be 10 or 12 guys looking at your chained little naked ass, and then when Russell Crowe does one of those, you're going to yell out, "No, you flick too hard." I could just hear Billy Alcock yelling, "You flick too hard." Holy jeez, fuck you. Yeah. Oh, boy, you better. There is your metric. Did I finish that off? I don't. We're going to give Punisher estrogen therapy and get him in touch with his feelings. Yes. Is this thing on? You should go watch some shoe on head videos. Millie Alcock, foot and mouth. There is your metric. I like freckles, so the redhead black chick was hot to me. That's cool. All the cock. That's cool. That's okay, right? There you go. So anyway, we had a good show. We had a good night. We had some fun. I think we covered some territory. That's the show, my friends. Sport coat lurking. I still like that. I would never have thought of sport coat lurking. I don't even know what that is. But Vander, my friend, always a pleasure. I am actually tomorrow going to watch some more Deadwood. I'm going to watch. I got Spaceballs and a little bit of John Candy and Daredevil. I got to watch season. I got so much to watch. And The Expanse. Oh my God, I got to keep watching The Expanse. I got so much to watch. Guys, so much to watch. Shoe on head is hot but married. Well, yeah, that doesn't. No. Yeah. Did you hear? She actually married a guy. One of her fans. One of her people found out where she lived, and I don't want to use the word stalked her, but if it was one of her viewers that kind of like, like, look, it's her. I don't. I'm just saying. Right? I'm just saying. Seems kind of creepy, but I think she had a kid too, right? So, but that's okay. You know what? She's got a, she's kind of adorable. She's kind of adorable. I like that. There. When she was younger, there's a little bit more of a, something else there that was kind of. But she's still okay. She's still okay. Sportco is the guy that steals your girl while you're in jail. So Sportcoat lurking. Okay, thank you. Every day you learn something new. It's impossible to know everything. Sportcoat is the guy that steals your girl while you're in jail. Okay. I've never been in jail. I don't want to be in jail. I mean, back when I was a kickboxer, I used to get a lot of street fights. But that was here in Canada. So it's not like, so in the United States, I spent 20 years in the United States. You touch someone in the United States, especially as a highly trained kickboxer, you touch somebody. I have never been so, here in Canada, it's not like that. It's not like that. You got to be careful in the United States, man. You don't, like, Jesus. I discovered The Expanse after it was all done. Great show with a rushed ending. I haven't got to the ending. I'm finishing up the first season. And I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. Anybody has a chance. That's true. That's true. I have. You shot a dude? That's not good. In self-defense? It's different. I mean, if it's self-defense, it's different. But But I guess if you shot a dude as aggravated assault or something like that, you'd probably still be in jail, I would imagine. Right? Like, what was his name? Dude, Nerdrotic dude, right? Gary Beakley. He went to jail for stealing pantyhose. What did Gary Beakley go to jail for? Stealing a pack of lifesavers? What the hell? What was that? I think that was something, right? He was like a grand larceny or something. I don't know what. I can't remember. Yes, that's why I went to jail. No, not self-defense. Robbery. Okay, well, sport coat. It sounds like you got a family. You've learned the error of your ways, right? I mean, let me put that up there, right? I've made stupid decisions just in a very different way. I'm sure looking back, you think, you know what? No, especially now that you have kids. Felony burglary, Beekler. Hey, Beekler, you son of a bitch, you stole you stole my fucking blow up doll. I want this man arrested. This man stole my freaking blow up doll. That is felony burglary, man. Mike, get this fucking Beekler guy in jail. Get him in jail. Yeah, no, I remember him talking about it. Like I haven't been to jail, right? I was in a lot of street fights when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. I hurt some people, broken jaws and stuff like that. I've been sued because of it, but I was never always guys much bigger than me, much bigger. Oh, crack is bad. Yes, my friend. Yeah, you're smarter now. Well, yeah, you got a family. You got 2 kids, right? From what I hear, you got 2 kids. So, I mean, I'm not preaching. No, that's you're in a great place, man. You got 2 kids like that. Shit. Good on you, my friend. Good on you. It's a good place to be. Life is tough. Life is. When these people try and come out there and try and suggest that based on the color of your skin it's going to be whether your life is good or bad or tough or not. Holy shit. I've had my ass handed to me in life. Like I think we've all have, right? We've all taken life's beating. Life doesn't discriminate. Life just beats the crap out of people when you least expect it. And sometimes we really need to understand that and help people. and help people that are around us. We do. Life will throw us down and kick us when we're down. It'll beat the shit out of us. And we've got to remember, like sometimes, and I'm always cognizant of friends in my life that need help. I've always been there for them. I've lost a lot of money helping them out, knowing I was never going to get it back. I think that's just a part of being there for people. I used to go, now that I moved back to Calgary, although I didn't do it this year, I would go, like, I would buy like 10 or 12 jackets from the, Value Village, big, heavy, and drive around downtown, and give jackets to the homeless people when it's like minus 20 out. That's the shit you got to do. Like you do. You really got to do that stuff. You figure out how to be better. Yeah, somehow you do, right? Right, Sportco? You just figure it out. Like somehow the wisdom of age allows us to get there. And it's something that a lot of good stories used to tell us, right? A lot of good stories used to tell us these amazing experiences. I'm trying to think of, like, there's so many of them. Of course, on the spot, when you're live, you can't think of them all. Great storytelling gives us those life experiences that I'm not sure that we get anymore. But my kid's mom died. Oh, dude. Sport coat. That's brutal. That's brutal. You got to be there for the kids, though, right? That's. I don't think my father died, cancer. I don't think that's an equivalent to what you're dealing with. Fentanyl. Fucking fentanyl. I had my ass handed to me, both bum cheeks, butt crack is whack. Yeah. Me too. Couple of times. So painful. I've never been depressed. I've had one anxiety attack in my life, and that was in my late 20s, 30 years ago. I can handle a lot now. I don't have a family. I'm still 58 and I still want to have a family. So if there's any girls out there that want to have a family, maybe. But sport coat, dude. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You do it for the kids, right? I'm telling you, man. The older you get, 20 years from now, you will be so thankful. 20 years from now, you will be so thankful for the time that you put in. You will be. The sacrifices, and hopefully the kids respond that way. They know, they understand, they see, they remember. People and family are a big thing. And maybe that's part of the thing that we've lost with movies. I love them so much. Hell yeah. Yep. These are real human stories. These are right. You are a real human story dealing with real human emotions. Vivander, what were you? Vivander had a little bit of a funny spin on his. I have my ass handed to me, both bum cheeks. Butt crack is whack. But yes, you know what? We keep swinging at the bag. We keep. The only way life wins is if you allow it to beat you down and you let it allow you to win. Movies are a great escape, right? And the 2 or 3 hours we get to talk about it is a great escape. We might not agree on everything, but we have a great time talking about it, right? It feels fun. It feels, even we get to, the idea that Star Trek, probably my top 3 favorite franchises, has been absolutely eviscerated. Star Wars, Marvel. I used to be a huge Doctor Who fan. Huge. I think there's a lot of people that used to be a Doctor Who fan. Like on and on and on. It's just so sad, right? It's so sad, right? You gotta be okay with a little butt play. I don't know if you do. All right, guys. All right, sport coat lurking. Lavender. I think Pamela's went to bed already. Mike, Ben Feister, everybody. It's been an awesome evening. You know what? Well, I got one more. Oh, and how do I do this? Hold on a sec.
And flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
Should we help him? And eventually, great.
How did Thulsa Doom do it? That is strength. That is power. The power of flesh. Guys, my name is Daddy Alex. You've been watching Parodies. It's Saturday night. Thank you all for being here, guys. Please enjoy your weekend. Try and get some relaxing time in with or without the kids, you know, guys. Hey, yeah. And thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for, talking. And I will see you guys on Tuesday night, the Tuesday Big Show. Have a great rest of the weekend, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Sorry, you're still there. Yeah, baby.
Are you not entertained?
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn.
You! Look at me!
Yes.
What's wrong with being sexy? I mean, there's no...
Sex.
These go to 11.
Does that mean it's louder?